Major P on this track.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? We finna get this live going. Shout out to the Baby Mama Terrors Bounty Hunters. I'm your host, Mr. Palmer. And what we're gonna talk about today is a father who's been on here before. His name is Isaac Williams. He's a friend of mine from New York. And he started with me on my platform on F Child Support on Facebook. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about his situation. It's a part two. And it's crazy what he's been going through. He's been in the trenches, and he's really in the trenches. And what I ask on this segment, do not do no cursing in the comment section. You can say baby mama tears, unjust system, but no cursing not on this segment. You'll see why as we go on this live. But New York ain't no joke when it comes to this child support and this unjust system. Government daddy over there, they one of the worst of the worst in this nation. You know, California, Florida, it's really crazy. And he want to tell us, he want to follow up, tell his truth, because tomorrow he's going to court and he may go to jail. And when I tell you it's deep when it comes to this baby mama terrorism and this unjust system, it's really real. I'm finna bring him on. Let's get this show started, man. And you already know, definitely ordering the court. My man, what's up, Mr. W? What's good?
All right, can you hear and see me?
I can't see you. I can hear you.
Yeah. So for some reason, my webcam went off. It's like I've gone in and out several times, and it's just my webcam would freeze after 2 minutes. So I don't know. Obviously, I mean I can jump out and jump right back in, but 9 times out of 10, it's gonna possibly.
Yeah. So man, when it comes to this child support, this thing ain't no joke. Game of Lives Matter say he had to be still live here with you guys. Let's get that's what's up. Want to give a shout out to RT, A Bid and Fire, the bailiff, Gamers Lives Matter, Jaylon, MPI, Clan Killer. We got Perfect Blackness. Toast to the Man, we got SD Book up in here. For those who on YouTube, please follow my man SD Booker. He's definitely part of the team, man. Toast to the men. Now what's something going on with his webcam. John Connor, shout out to you. Yeah, back again, bro. Hey, bro, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. So as soon as I log in, my whole screen freezes, which is weird because I've been using my webcam for the past 3 weeks for my job. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, you can hear me well?
Yeah, but can you I can hear you, man. I mean,
okay,
we can do that. As long as for what we're trying to do, we can still be able to hear them, right?
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just give Mike the call.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. That's cool. That's cool. Anytime it seems like you want to do some dissecting and expose baby mama terrorism system, it always be some BS in the game. So
I'll give him a call now. And
well, first of all, tell them who you are, because some people wasn't
all
here
right.
before.
So basically, I mean, a lot of people may have seen me a lot on the different fathers and parental rights pages and alienation pages and stuff. I'm Isaac Williams. I mean, you guys probably see me, but pretty much I am going through a divorce, and you guys probably can definitely recap on Mr. Palmer's last post, basically based with this same story and stuff. But so after that day, after talking to him, I had my first divorce trial, in which they combined with a criminal case for a violation of an order of protection. So they allege, or whatever, that I did, in which they said pretty much that I have a chance of going to jail for this violation. There was no contact at all with this violation. There was no any physical, anything of that nature. So I'm very confused of the severity of what's going on with it. But so they had me do my first half of my divorce, and it was me asking all the questions to my ex, cross-examining her with all my exhibits, and pretty much went through the whole rigmarole of the divorce. And as I told everybody before, I'm just trying to get joint custody, 50-50. And then that's it. And I'm just going based upon like character, not even like really trying to bash anybody, but just character aspects. So that court case lasted from 10:30 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon, and that entire time was just me doing my half of the questioning and cross-examining of my ex. So I had a lot of exhibits. I had like A through like K or something like that, and I went through all my exhibits, all my stuff, and then just overall asked her at the end of everything, um, just the basic questions like, do you think I'm a danger to our kids? No. Do you think I shouldn't see the kids? No. Do you not trust me around the kids? No. Like it was basically like it didn't really make no sense why I was in there. So pretty much they just kept bringing on the entire order of protection nonsense. And as I told them in court, I said, well, if we have an order of protection and the problem with everything is that I guess she's in fear of me or whatever nonsense it is, then what I've suggested to the court was us to do our exchanges with the kids in a public place, like a police station, so to speak, to make it comfortable for both parties, I guess, whatever. But as long as it's to still continue the custody order, that's pretty much all I'm trying to do. In which they said no, they want her to drop the kids off and pick them up at my house.
Can
In
I ask
which I
you a question?
rebutted. Yeah,
Can I ask you a question now before you keep going? Now you say she fear for her life, from the standpoint of restraining order. So
right.
if that's the case, why do they want her to drive and drop them off in front of your house? That don't make no sense. If she's scared, you should want them,
Exactly.
they should want to be public place. Why do you think they wanna? Why do you think they wanna? Or did they tell you why they want her to drop them off at your house versus her being in fear and you meeting halfway at a police station or at a public space?
They pretty much just said it was kind of based upon what the original order stated, and that was drops off and pickups at my residence and only to be conducted by her. Now, I did also rebuttal to them that I did file the petition for my address to be confidential. So if it's confidential, then it kind of protects my rights to be able to give them, I guess, another avenue or another means and stuff to be able to do the visitations, in which I suggested, like the public places, because I mean, I think that that would be the best means for both of us if this order of protection is the only main reason of why I haven't seen my kids in over 11 months. So um, they didn't really say much to that. And like I said, I just kind of went through everything, just everything I can think of for that entire 10 o'clock to or 10:30 until 4:30. Just all my questions,
Now, can I?
letting them know um, what I can add to kids. Yeah.
I just want to ask you a question. Let's go back to when you said you asked her, do you feel that I'm putting my kids in danger? Do you feel I'm a threat to my kids? All the answers was no. No, no,
Right.
no, no, no. Right. So
Yep.
what is the why she don't want you to have equal parenting time? If she say you're not a threat, she know that you're not gonna do them wrong and do any BS. Why
hmm
does she want sole custody or primary custody?
Well, they're saying that I'm not, I guess, reliable or um, like you can't like not dependable, which is very weird because for a whole year straight before our case got changed to criminal court, I had the kids 3 days a week and every other weekend. So I did take care of the kids from, well, it was basically it was after school at 2 until 8 o'clock at night, and then she would pick them up and they would go to bed at her house. So I would feed them after school, snack or whatever, and still feed them dinner for 3 days a week and every other weekend, and drove them back and forth. They played sports, so I took them to all the um took them to all their soccer and cheerleading events and stuff like that. So, I mean, I showed them that I had all the, responsibility and assets and everything I needed in order to take care of their needs and stuff at a 50-50 basis. So even then she even explained like, well, you don't have a you're not reliable in all these different places, and they really didn't have anything on it because they said child support for a while or for a moment, but because I was able to get that child support removed for last year, when they brought it up, I was able to show them that the balance was zero. So it showed that even though like I was in the rears for the beginning of the year, by the end of the year, I wasn't in the rears anymore. So they couldn't bring it up in court as far as me not taking care of like, the financial aspects of it. And that's really what she kept saying throughout the court was like, I wasn't helping with any bills or paying anything. And she did it all herself and blah, blah, blah. And that's why I pretty much let them know, like, well, if you're getting these different assistants, then I can't put my name on any bills to be able to prove that you're not.
So wait a minute. Was this when you was paying child support, or was this when y'all was married? Is she trying to say when y'all was married, that you
well, that's where they kind of messed up, is because I was paying child support while we were married for 2 years. So
wait a minute. Wait, whoa, back up.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
So that's
I want y'all to hit it.
Yes.
Why was you on child support? Was y'all still together, or y'all separated? Or
yeah, kind of. So basically, what it was is that we were together before we got married, and I was on child support with her at first, and my youngest son came into play. So we pretty much was like, okay, let's just get married and just have this family. But in my cadence, I said, well, then I need to get taken off of child support if I'm going to if we're going to get married, more or less. And that was the decision. That was the agreement.
So why did she put you on child support in the first place? And y'all was together?
Well, it was just because of jealousy. Like, honestly, there was points while we were on and off before we got married that, like, we broke up and I started dating other people, and then I would get put on child support like literally instantly. So,
but you were still taking care of your kids, right?
Yeah, I still was. Yeah, absolutely. The thing is that I've never had, like, this is the longest I've ever been away from my kids, like a week, a month. Like, it's all just mind-boggling, like Twilight Zone to me, because I haven't had this long of time away from my kids since any of them been born. Even if it was on and off with me and her, I still saw them, picked them up, had them at my house or at my family's house or whatever on those days that I wasn't with her, or vice versa. I would still go there and bring presents and still do the Christmas, birthday stuff. I still did things so they can still have a feeling that they have a pretty adequate father. So that's why, like, when we got married, I said, like, you have to take me off of child support after we got married. So that's what I brought up in court, was that I was still, because she kept saying all this stuff and not paying bills and stuff. And I said, well, as you can see with these documents, it shows that I paid child support for almost 2 years after we got married, because you can see the financial records of when we got married, and then also like that it was still getting taken out of my paycheck. So I brought it up, like I ended up losing my license, and how do you lose your license to your wife for child support like that? So I let them pretty much understand that.
I'm sorry, but
because of these aspects of fraud that was never caught by the agencies or paying, for 2 years after we got married. And then finally she took me off because I kept calling and bringing it up into the child support agency that we were married and stuff. So yeah, we ended up going to court, and then they dismissed my child support order with her and the arrears and everything. So when they say that debt is like your debt and that's it because that's your kids, like, that's false, because the way that they literally took that entire balance off in a blink of an eye, like literally overnight, when she said that she didn't want that balance because we're obviously married and stuff. So yeah, so then 2 years went by and it was it. But for the most part, it was just, I mean, I told the court, like, I just really want to be in my kid's life. I miss them, and they're my everything. And I mean, there's really no reason for us to keep going back and forth because the kids are 15, 13, and 9. So they're grown to where they kind of understand things, and it's kind of it's a little bit worse to have them go through this at their age, because they already have built a bond with me and the mom, and anything else would pretty much be horrible for them. So yeah, so they kind of just listen. Sorry. I just gotta I have to actually go grab my charger real quick from my phone so I can give them a call real quick. But give me 1 second.
Man, did y'all hear that though? He was paying child support and he was married. That's crazy. But I want y'all to hear this stuff because this stuff is real. The baby mama terrorism is definitely real. This is in New York, y'all. And to me, it seems like it's jealousy going on. When he went to court, he was there for about 8 or 9 hours. He the one who had his wife on the stand, and he the one who questioned her. Do you trust me with the kids? Do you think I'll harm? Do you think I'll do all this? All the answers was no. But yet she wants sole custody and pay child support, and he can only talk to him on FaceTime.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. So like I said, now I have this ankle monitor on me, because, like I said before, I mean, I don't really understand anything at this point. I'm just filing stuff to try to see the kids and petitions, and they're taking a lot of stuff as like harassment. They're taking things as like any of that nature, and then eventually I got this violation for this order protection. I don't know, on all these 7 warrants, I believe, and they have that on me. But this is the kicker: is that like I said to you before, I have court tomorrow, and they also combine the court tomorrow with my criminal case for the order protection violation, which can lead to jail and stuff like that. And they pretty much have it where they want me to give her sole custody of the kids. And from what it seems like, what I believe they're going to try to do is basically tell me like, she'll drop the charges against you if you give her sole custody. That's what I think is going to be the kicker.
Let me ask you this, because somebody in the chat was like, ankle monitor. Tell them why you have an ankle monitor.
Right. Okay. So I have an ankle monitor on me because for, I would say, so about June of last year, I moved into my own place. And as soon as I moved into my own place, about a month before that, I wasn't able to really do my custody time and stuff with my kids because I was in between places because getting kicked out of my other house from the harassment with my ex and the prior landlord and people and stuff like that. So I did get a place within a month and in June. And when I got a place in June, my ex, actually, she went on a 2-week vacation during COVID. And then obviously coming back, she has to be in whatever with the kids, be indoors for whatever 2 weeks. So I didn't see the kids for a month. And then once that happened, I let her know I got a place. You can send the kids over. We can now start making decisions as far as joint custody, 50-50, and then give me overnights and time and all that kind of stuff. And she pretty much said, until you give me the address, I'm not going to let you have the kids. And then that's where I was like, nah, I'm not giving you the address and what have you. So fast forward basically for 9 months. Well, no, like about 7 months from June of last year, is me just pretty much trying to ask her, like, can we just meet here? Can I just pick the kids up from there? Can you drop them off at the end of the corner? I'll be there. And it just kept being no. And then eventually they said that, well, I was in the gym. I was in the gym like a few days before Christmas and working out and stuff. A cop came in and he said, excuse me, are you Mr. Williams? And I said, I don't answer questions, and did the whole spiel as far as my rights go. And then I said, what is this about? And they said they had 7 warrants for my arrest for violations of the order of protection or something of that nature. And then they arrested me and brought me to court and then to jail for 5 days, one of them being Christmas. And then they let me out finally. And then when they let me out, they said it's on the recognizance of a ankle monitor. And because of the violation or some nonsense. But basically it's just to obviously so I can't be within proximity of my ex, obviously, or her home, or her school, or her job, which is fine. I don't really care. But because the way that they set it up, beginning of the school year, coincidentally, in my case, they have the kids going to school 24/7 at the house. So I can't pick them up from the school or after school because they're at her house, which is on the order of protection. So basically the ankle monitor is to know where I am at all times and all that kind of nonsense. And just make sure I'm not going around my kids and or my ex and stuff, who's obviously always around my kids. And then pretty much make it a catch-22 rock and hard place situation because you don't know what's superseding what as far as the custody order to the order protection. So the order protection or custody order says I can pick the kids up or drop them off or speak to their mom about custody or arrangements with pickups and drop offs. But the order protection says I can't speak about it's just a clusterfuck.
It's crooked.
Yeah.
Now, so and that's that catch-22. Here's the thing. Now, you also mentioned in the last episode, the part 1 we did, that the judge was some type of president of her at her job.
So yeah, which was a very interesting thing because, as I said, I know people are on my probably are watching me or tracking me like.
You went out, bro.
Care.
Hey, you went out.
Nowadays, it is
you
what
went
it
out.
is.
Hey, bro, you went out. Go back. Go back when you said,
yeah.
You know, people watch.
Oh yeah. So I feel that there's people definitely watching me and like gang stalking me and stuff of all that nature because I just have. Like it's just weird. Everything's just been weird since I had this monitor put on me. It just feels weird. But so what I brought up in court was that the judge in our case is the previous chairman of the board for the facility that she works at. So I feel that it's a conflict of interest, and I try to have him recused several times because I just feel that because of how serious I believe the case is for me and my ex, I didn't want that. Like I didn't want her to have any upper hand in any type of way. Right. So, and then plus I didn't think that they would let her get in trouble because obviously she's connected to the job. So he never recused himself. He didn't leave or anything. And I actually, when I came, now this is the kicker. When I went to my first court for the divorce last time, all this time I was letting that be known, like he's the chairman and ex-chairman of the board and stuff like that or whatever. First time, right when I go into court, the first thing they say is that my ex they say that my ex was fired or she got let go and the position that she was at no longer exists with the company. And so they said that, yeah, they said two things at the same time, which made no sense. But they said first that she was, when she was on the stand, she said that she was let go of the position because of the rhetoric from me, from all social media and stuff like that. And then they asked her to send me a cease and desist letter or something of that nature. None of that stuff ever got to me or was sent to me. And then I asked in court for them to bring up proof. Like if that really happened, then you have to show that, right? Like you would show that you got fired
Right.
for that reason or something. And then they said later that the position was actually just no longer with the company and that it just like was dissolved or something of that nature. So did you get fired or was that position dissolved? Either or, it's not my prerogative what happened or what's going on. But if that's your guys' way of basically saying that we're not connected or whatever the case may be, it's not, that doesn't matter because you still made deliberations and rulings on my case. You still made rulings and deliberations on my case when it was a fact that there was a conflict of interest. So it was very strange, but
New
yeah,
York
they kind
City?
of tried to pull it on me, huh?
Is this in New York City?
Yeah, Rochester, New York.
Rochester. Oh, Rochester. See, people asking what city did because they can't believe that you can still see the kids, but the catch-22 has got a restraining order and she's always around the kids. They're not going to school. So, they wanted to know because my man Black
Yeah, because
Star.
they're doing the schooling at the house and
Yeah.
instead of in the school and stuff, obviously with all this stuff. But this is the kicker thing too, is that I found out from my kids about 2-3 weeks ago that my older son, was actually going to school now. Was the only one that was now going back to school
So you didn't.
during the day. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's so in all aspects, like I could literally pick him up and whatever and bring him home as far as the custody orders involved, because the only thing they said since the beginning was that until you give her your address, we won't let you continue custody. But obviously when I got arrested back in December, they got my address. They know where I live because I have an ankle monitor on me. So right. I'm like, you guys have my address. So is there any more problems and stuff? That's all you guys wanted was my address. As far as doing the visitation in that way, I don't think that was really that big of a problem or situation. So now they have my address almost 4 months ago. I don't know. It's like I still haven't seen the kids. So I don't know what new plausibility they're going to try to use now to say that for me not to see the kids and stuff. But it's just upsetting because I moved into a 3-bedroom house and I've been here for a year and my kids still haven't been here. So like, I'm like,
that's sad.
Spending all this money for this place for the past year. And I can't even utilize it. And I'm like becoming broke because it's like I can't get the full experience of my kids in my house half the time. Like I kind of don't really want to like works and be this proficient person in society because like I already still have the thought that I've lost so much. So, but yeah, it really, really sucks. And
let me ask you this. Somebody want to know, it's a good question. When the last time you spoke with a public defender about your criminal case?
Okay, so that is the crazy part. So when I had my divorce, they brought it up, and the thing is that I don't want anybody representing me. I really didn't want anybody to represent me for courts because I kind of learned a little bit about the law and having people represent you and how they can kind of screw you over and stuff like that. So I never really had anybody. I really didn't want nobody representing me, and I fired the last few public defenders because they were pretty much just tanking my case in my personal point of view. So when I had my divorce case, I pretty much did that on my own. When they brought up the criminal charges, the last lawyer they assigned me, I really thought he was very unprofessional in a lot of different ways, and I fired him. So then they said, well, we can't handle this case or court case now. We have to assign you another. Well, they said we have to assign you a lawyer. You have to have representation for this. You have to have representation for this. And I thought that was wrong because there's a couple things that I can just file and then the motions, and then maybe I can get out of this or whatever the case may be. But they want me to go through this whole spiel. So the judge says to me that, just so you know, that there was a case where there was this guy that kept firing his lawyers similar to you. And then the judge said or did some type of ruling where he just took away the rights of the gentleman and sent him to jail. So I don't want that to happen to you. And I was like, I don't really I don't know who or what that is, but if I don't feel comfortable with a person representing me in my freedom, then I'm not going to have you represent me for my freedom. I'm going to say, no, you're fired. Like,
Well, let me ask,
there's really no, it's common sense. Like, you're not going to, if you don't trust it, you have a gut instinct. It's not, doesn't work. It's not viable. You're feeling kind of like this doesn't make sense. Then you go with your gut instinct and you fire them. And then anybody that wants to, whatever happens, happens. It's like that it is what it is. Like as I said to a lot of people, everything in life is voluntary. Everything in life, everything. So you got to play the card. You got to play the parts as if everything's voluntary. You want to answer a question, you voluntarily answer the question. If you don't want to answer a question, you don't answer the question. It's all the same thing. So the lawyer that they did, so when I didn't have a lawyer a month ago for that divorce, they said they're going to assign me another public defender. I said, okay. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, if I don't like him, I'm going to fire him. So from last month until yesterday, until Friday, I didn't hear anything from any lawyers. Nobody called me or anything. And then on Friday afternoon, I got a call from a lawyer saying that he's representing me for tomorrow and to come to the courthouse and be ready. And that there's possibility that I can go to jail because they have on the ankle monitor that it shows that I left the county for whatever. But I'm a regional manager for my company, and my regions are Rochester, Buffalo, and Syracuse. So I have to travel between my 100 and X amount of stores to do like installs and installations and troubleshooting and stuff with our equipment. So for my job, I've been doing this for 4 years. So I was like, I have to work. Like, that's my job. That's what I've done. And that's my career. So I've always traveled. And he said, well, does the judge and them know that? And I was like, yeah, they've known this since the beginning of my since the beginning of my divorce 3 years ago. And I've always traveled. That's my job and stuff as in general. So he's like, we're going to try to see if we can get the monitor off of you because you, have to work, but if not, you can get a violation and they can put you in jail. And so I was like, well, I don't know what you guys want me to do. Like, that's a high paying job and it helps with my bills and whatever. And I have seniority and I'm not going to quit a job because I'm on an order protection based on a bunch of nonsense. Like, you're literally making me cut my lifestyle down because of what somebody else's fear nonsense is. So I'm not for it. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. They assigned me a new public defender for the case tomorrow. And I don't know what he's doing, but he said we can do 3 things. I'm going to try to do one of 3 things. Either get a continuance to have another trial.
Hey, check your phone. It's your lines. It's starting to go in and out.
Or
hey, it's starting to go in and out a little bit, bro. It's starting to go in and out a little bit.
Just may throw the book at you and put you in jail.
Hey,
or we can get that ankle monitor.
Hey, it's going in and out. Repeat.
Let's see. Hello.
Yeah, it's going in and out. Repeat yourself when you. Yeah. Now I can. When you say one of the 3 things.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
All right. So is either I go to jail, I'll either get off an ankle monitor, or they'll do a continuance and lead it for another court date. But as I said, it's also my divorce court date tomorrow as well. So I don't really want to mess up my divorce and stuff, and I can't really focus on anything, to be honest with you. And I've been doing really well with my divorce, but I can't focus on this and really be able to present my case now because I don't know what's going on, and I haven't really been able to give the right. Well, I don't know, because in the past 2 years I've filed everything as far as petitions and parenting plans and schedules and 50-50 schedules and stuff like that to them. So they know what I want. And I don't know. I just don't want it to end where it's like you either could be free or and give her sole custody, or she keeps the charges on you and you keep the custody or whatever. I don't really know, but it's just blatantly, it's just wrong. It's just really honestly wrong because I mean the kids really, 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 really want to see me. And like
You
I
know what?
said, I'm gonna try to figure some way out because I mean they wanted to kind of like speak. They kind of wanted to share their part and they wanted to let people know like they really miss me and they want to see me and they don't really understand what's going on more or less, but they do. But they're
They
just
understand,
like,
bro. They understand. They don't
yeah,
care.
yeah,
They know what they're doing. They know
yeah,
exactly
yeah,
what. Oh, they
right.
know.
And right, absolutely. And that's why I think why my camera thing is all messed up now because I was literally about to like, well, I'm still going to, but I have them on. I talk to my kids every day on video chat and video phone and stuff, and see how they're doing, and they'll call me and what have you. So I was gonna call them and just have them speak
Yeah.
and
Yes, please do.
just
Please do.
yeah, put their part. All
Yeah,
right, so
do
let
it.
me call them real quick.
Yeah, do it right now.
Yeah. And yeah, like I said, it's just that let's see. Like I said, it's my all three of my kids have cell phones, but coincidentally my two boys, their cell phones now are like broken and the chargers are broken and the mom's not getting them new phones. So
Oh,
the
of course.
only person now I can kind of talk to and talk through is my oldest, which kind of like sucks because it's like playing telephone with all of them. Because like I said, I mean, I've told people like if she's gotten, and not to really, I don't know anybody's problems or issues in their lives, but if she's gotten stimulus checks and stuff, then like at least you could have bought my sons like new phones or something for me to be able to see him a lot more clearer or talk to them because now they tell me like our phones are broken. We don't know why our chargers are not working now, and like it's just nonsense. So unlike them, with my daughter, obviously my daughter being a teenager, 15, she's not letting nobody touch her phone. She ain't letting nobody mess with her phone, her charger, or anything of that nature. So yeah, I'm trying to give him a call now, and I know they're expecting my call. Let me see if I can, maybe because it was in video. But yeah, and then that's pretty much what it is. It's just a big bunch of confusion and um and yeah, I don't know. So I don't know why they're not answering now, but maybe somebody is watching my feed. I don't know. But yep. So you can hear it's just ringing. And I can even show you the text messages. Like me and my daughter, she's like, okay. I was like, I'll call you in a little bit. And she's like, okay. And
Well, if you can do text and see what's going on, see if it's possible.
yeah, I'm gonna
But
text her now.
but I
But
want y'all I want
yeah.
y'all to listen to this because like I say, now all this stuff is twisted and confusing, but when it's all said and done, it all equals to keeping the father out the picture. You know.
Right. Yeah, because like I said, I don't at first in the beginning I had a little bit of like I was upset because I mean it's a family, it's breaking up. I mean you invest in your family whether you have good times or bad times or whatever, but it was more or less the after effects, which was for some reason like everybody feels like some in
You're going in and out.
a case, which is completely beside. Oh, here's my daughter. Okay.
Hello?
Hey, sweetheart, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Are you with your broskies?
No, but they're in their room.
Okay. Are you gonna grab them so I can have all of you guys at once, or?
Do you want to talk to me and then talk to them, or do you want to just do it like?
I'll talk to you first. Okay.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me see if you can. Well, not you. The guy I'm talking to. Hey, Mr. Palmer, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear y'all loud and clear.
Okay, you can hear my daughter?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Jada?
Yes.
Okay, hi. Okay, so I don't know. Can you tell me if you can hear Mr. Palmer? He's gonna speak a little bit.
Hey,
go
how
ahead.
you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear a little bit.
He said, "How are you doing?"
Good.
Okay. I want to know, how do you feel by not seeing your father?
Like what do you
Basically,
like how I feel about like how long it's been, or like
yeah. How do you feel about
Yeah.
what's happened the last 11 months?
what you
Right.
before?
Hold on, say it
Right.
again, because this
Okay.
kind of went out.
Anything else? She said, yeah. She said, go ahead, say it again, sweetheart.
I do want to see you.
Okay. Yeah, she said that she wants to see me. I don't know if you're hearing it.
No, that's if I can't hear it, you could just say it, for we can hear a little bit, but
Okay. Gotcha.
yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Like
Whatever other questions you got. Yep.
do you want to be around your father?
Yes.
She said, yeah.
I heard her. So how has it been with you not being around your father?
I mean, like, obviously, I'm not saying something that, like, how it was before. But, like, I'm not, like, I missed him a lot. So I'm not, like, how do I say, like.
Yeah, you're not like really, really down and out, right?
Yeah.
Right. And it's because, and is it mainly because we've kept contact with each other for the 11 months?
Yes.
Right. Now, when you said that you wanted it to be like before, what was it before that was the schedule that you liked?
Tuesdays and Fridays.
And then every other week? Gotcha.
Yeah.
So pretty much 3 days a week. Yeah.
But basically she won't equal parenting.
Like, I want it to be like, because we're going to school in, what's it called, in September. So I just want to do pick up after school and stuff like that.
Right. So now that you're going back to school in September, you wanted to go back to where I picked you guys up after school 3 days a week and then every other weekend?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
so
yeah.
Hold on. What I want to ask, so basically, she won't basically equal parenting that she would basically have before, right? Equal parenting.
So you want it to be equal time between me and your mom with you guys?
Yeah, I just wondered how it was before.
Gotcha. Yep.
And how old is she?
She's fit. How old are you, sweetheart?
15.
15. So let me ask you this, Will. So why they don't have the kids to make a decision, or at least get their opinion on, hey, I want to be around my father just as much as my mom, and why is she not, like, she's 15 years old, and I know most states is 14 and 13 when they have the right to say who they want to be around and how they feel about it. Why they not allowing her to speak up and say this?
Honestly, I'm not really sure. I mean, I did file all the different petitions for them to have a say in court.
Okay.
I did also kind of like suggest for the kids to have for us to have a Lincoln trial, where basically just the kids come in and they just ask them just 5 basic questions. Do you want to see the other parent? Do you miss them? What do you what do you want to do? and stuff like that. And it seems like it's just been off. It's just been brushed off for the past 2-3 years. Because as I said, like, I mean, all the kids are pretty smart where they kind of can understand what they want more or less. And I mean, it's kind of fair for them because at the end of the day, if everything's based on the best interest of the children, then why not just ask them yourself? And if they're as old as they are, they have the ability to make some type of conscious choices with what's best for them. I mean, like we said, there's no danger between me and the kids or anything of that nature. So that's never ever been a case or an issue. It's just pretty much, like I said, just been the runaround. There really hasn't been any cause or reason to not have it be a 50-50. I mean, I understand for a perspective as far as the living expenses or living situation for a period of time, but all before that, everything was great. And as my daughter, I don't know, my daughter couldn't even tell you, like, Jada, do you remember when we went to go look at the apartment I was going to move into?
Yes.
Right. So yeah, so I did have moments where I was going to move into a big enough apartment for all the kids and stuff. And then out of nowhere, the child support just gets raised by like $300. So it was like,
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. So it was kind of like a big miscalculation that I couldn't really be prepared for. And yeah, so it really didn't make any sense why we couldn't do 50-50 at all. But I mean, with the kids, because my older son, he's going to be 13, or he's 13, and he's able to kind of like also be able to understand the same stuff that's going on. So her and him being old enough, I told it like, this is open and shut case. The kids understand both parents. They love both parents. We don't have any animosity towards the kids at all. I mean, we may have differences as far as parents and co-parenting, but I mean, we both overall want the best interests of the kids just at heart. So to have,
I can't tell that both of y'all want the best of the kids, because if it was both, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you that later. But
yeah. So you have anything else you want to?
Where's the other two kids? They talk on phone?
Yeah. Jada, can you please grab Mason and Tyler for me?
Yeah, hold on. I'm just typing Holly outside.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna go grab it.
Okay.
Yeah. My son, like I said, he's 13, and my other son is 9. And they're just as open like her. Like they're not really shy about anything. I mean, like I said, we have an open relationship. We talk about everything. We're not really like, they know me and they're very comfortable with me, and they're very like assuring when they're around me. And as I said, I asked my ex-wife, like, if she's scared of me to be around, if she doesn't trust me, if she's any of that stuff, and she said no. So from my point of view, I'm confused. I don't know what else I'm supposed to provide, show, give, or prove for them to be able to give me my equal parenting, because like I said, I don't have any. I have a car, I have a job, I have a place, I have food, and all that kind of stuff. Are they there? Okay, yeah, she's still grabbing them. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, who's this? Mason?
Yeah, it's Mason.
Hey, Mason, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Love you.
Love you too.
All right. So, remember I told you that we can possibly talk to a friend of mine to kind of like let them know your side of the story, like how you guys feel?
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay to do that now with you? It's just 2 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. So all he's going to do is just ask you just some quick questions, and then that's it. All right, buddy? All right. So, yeah. So this is Mason. Mason, how old are you, buddy?
Huh?
How old are you?
I am 9 years old.
9 years old. Cool. All right. Whenever you're ready, buddy, Mr. Palmer.
First of all, hello. I just want to know, How's it been since not really being around your father?
What'd you say?
He said, "How has it been since not being around Dad?"
It's been really pretty bad. I'm sad.
Gotcha. Do you want to see Dad?
Yeah.
If they said you, Jada, and Tyler can see me tomorrow, would you guys see me tomorrow?
Well, I would.
Gotcha.
So
Okay, and probably your brother and sister. Yep. Go ahead, Mr. Palmer.
Oh, the other question is, I appreciate you coming out here, telling your truth. Do you hope that you be able to see your father equally as you see your mother?
Yeah.
Cool. Yep.
Do you I know it man, it's kind of, I mean, it's really been answered, man. You know, ain't really not really else to ask. You know, he's 9 years old and he knows he want to be around his father. And you know, he said he'll definitely say it here if he's able to see you tomorrow. And this we're gonna talk about this after you get off. But I'm glad you staying in touch with him, you know, by phone calls and, you know, face to have you do it. Ain't really nothing else to ask with that. It was just
right.
1, 2, 3. No.
Right. And then here, I'll ask some more questions. So Mason, what do you miss the most about hanging out with Dad?
What I miss the most is just like hanging out and watching movies and stuff.
Cool. Very cool. And then all right, buddy. Yeah, I thank you for your time. And what I'm going to do is finish up chatting with Mr. Palmer. And you did a very, very excellent, cool, awesome, neat, and perfect job. Thank you. Love you. Love you.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy. What do you want to say?
Tyler's right here if you want to talk to him.
Yep. I'll talk to Tyler right now, too, if that's cool. All right.
All right.
And then I'll give you a call later with your brother and sister, all right?
Okay.
All right. Love you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, too. Bye. Here's Tyler.
Okay. What's up, man?
Nothing much.
Cool. All right. So I have a really cool friend of mine. His name is Mr. Palmer, and he's basically just wants to double check with you guys just to see how things are going. And since not seeing Dad for a couple months and stuff, and if it's okay with you, if he could just ask you like 1 or 2 questions.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So this is Tyler. Tyler, how old are you, buddy?
12.
12 years old. All right, Mr. Palmer. Any same questions if you want to ask him the same?
Yeah, I just want to ask, how do you feel not being around your father like you used to?
Upsetting. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Do you hope to spend much time with your father like you do with your mother?
Do I spend like the same amount of time with my father and my mother?
Yeah. Do you want to spend the same amount of time with your father as you do with your mother?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let me ask you, because you he 12, right? Ask
Yep.
how was you how have you been doing, how you been able to cope with not seeing your dad?
How you been able to handle not being with Dad for 11 months? Like, what have you been doing to kind of like get your mind off of thinking about it?
Really, no. I just drive through it. Like, I just how to deal with it, and then I talk to you on the phone, and then it makes me feel better.
Gotcha. So you call me up, and then we talk a little bit, and
then like, sometimes we play the game, and then
cool.
we have fun.
And then we play the game with each other. And yeah, because basically I give you a call and kind of get you to understand that I'm here. I still love you. Play the game with you online and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay,
yeah,
last question. Last
yep.
question. Do you hope to have your father soon?
Do I hope to see him soon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they
Okay.
said that you can see me tomorrow, you Mason and Jada, would you guys come and see me tomorrow if they let you?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, buddy. That's pretty much it, man. I really
Yeah, that's
appreciate you talking and stuff. And like I said, I didn't want to give you a bunch of questions and all that kind of stuff. I just wanted this the basic one so they know that how you guys feel. Okay, buddy. And then I'll give you and your brother and sister a call later tonight. Okay, and then we'll just talk a little bit before tomorrow. All right, buddy. All right, man. Tell your brother and sister I love them and I love you too. All right.
All right. I'll tell him that already.
All right. Talk to you later, man. Bye.
All right. Bye.
yes. Now, the reason why I told people on this segment don't curse, because his kids was coming on here and I wanted to ask a few, just like 1 or 2 questions because they doing it behind the back. Because no BS going on. But what I will say, since they off the phone, that it's not 2 parents that want the best interest of the kid. It's only one. And now, while people want to make up lies and say they don't want to be around the father, they don't want to be around him. He this, he that, and they good, we good, kids good. We don't want them, they don't want them. That right there just shows that it's false. And these courts, and just like Face Facts said, these courts ignores what the child want. It differs from their agenda. We need to discuss ways to build his case. And that's what I'm saying. When it comes to family court and government daddy, they don't never have the best interest of the kids. Never. Because if that's the case, then they will have equal parenting time. And he won't be going through all this turmoil just to be a father. They want him to go ahead and just give up his rights, because if he voluntarily give up his rights, then yeah, they'll get him off, put him in jail. But then if he come back trying to fight, say, no, I want my time, they're gonna say, no, you volunteered that. So that's why he's like, if you're gonna get me, you're gonna force it away from me. You're not gonna let me just say, here, there you here's my right. See, that's what they want. And when you go back, I got 57 likes, and I got somebody to thumb this down. And the only reason why I ain't putting in my signature is because I said we're gonna keep this clean. But that just go to show how you got these baby mama terror supporters or these simple forces that's down for me.
The point is this. The point is this, Palmer. Sorry to interrupt you, because whoever has some type of offensive or feeling some type of way about this interview at all, because I'm just another father that has his kids, thinking that I'm just another father that just has his kids taken away or he deserves it or whatever. Right. And I'm being some type of way desperate or something in that notion of my kids by having them speak. That's all absolutely stupid and profoundly dumb, because I filed anything and everything that needs to be done with seeing my kids. And all my allegations of anything of domestic violence with my ex was shown as no findings, meaning that that's the quintessential way of saying that it was, excuse me, false allegations. So the point that I want to make sure that is addressed here is that you have fathers who is absolutely good. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I didn't do bad things in my past or anything of that notion or anything, or I'm not perfect, but I made sure to stick with the responsibility of making sure the primary thing that is good is taken care of and is well maintained is going to be the kids. And if anybody is problematic of the fact that my kids are on here and they are finally speaking up for themselves, this should be happening everywhere around the world right now. And I can really care less of the court's feeling. I don't care about the lawyers, exes, or anybody in that case or form, mainly because the kids are the most is basically what the core aspect of the main reason of family court, and they're the ones that are not speaking. They're the ones that are not able to speak. So for my kids being 15, 13, and 9, and being adequate and affluent and being able to understand, correspond, and speak clearly and eloquently to the audience or anybody of that nature, I'm going to bring them on because they have the ability to speak for themselves. And as anybody has heard just now, They want to see their father. They want to be around him. They'll see him tomorrow. They'll see me tomorrow if they had the chance. And it's been 11 months. So obviously, all that alienating, all that manipulation, all that coercing, all that buying my kids dogs, new game systems, new clothes, new all that stuff has done absolutely nothing as far as making them feel like they don't want to see their father.
Yeah, because I had to cut you off on that because there are kids that are manipulated by the baby mama tears by spending money and buying them and letting them get away with stuff that don't teach them the right way and handicap them. I know that personally. So I definitely give God's grace with them because many kids get manipulated by just basically being treated like whores. So
that's three kids, and that's three separate kids. Right. And that's three separate kids at three separate ages that I still have a strong bond with all three of them where all of them would want to see me at a drop of a dime. So I put in my work before my kids were separated from me, and I still put in work while they are separated from me, and I make sure to talk to them every day on a video chat. And even though the phone quality's crap, even though I can barely see them or barely hear them or it still gets staticky or out, I still make sure to call them back, or I still make sure that my calls with them is at least 2 hours, because I make sure that the remnants of their father still stays intact with them, whether I'm in their lives or not. So anybody that's feeling some type of way with this interview because the kids spoke up and spoke in, just realize that when the kids are speaking up and speaking on their own behalf to their own lawyer, the lawyer is not reciprocating that at all in the courts. And he's reciprocating it more or less of it as the kids, what the kids want really doesn't matter. And this is all about some other devious plot or something like that. So what I want to make sure to do is, whether I can use this in court or not, don't really care. That's not my prerogative at all. The prerogative, my whole prerogative in this is that you have to step outside the boundaries of the law that you guys feel that you need to follow sometimes. And basically that being that you speak to your kids about what's going on. You talk to them. You see how they're feeling, how it's going, how it is. And unfortunately, not everybody has that opportunity, because there's a lot of kids that's very young, 5, 3, 2, 1, just born. And I feel for those parents. And there's other parents where they get communication cut off and phones cut off from the other kids and stuff like that. But while I have this opportunity now to still be able to talk to my kids on the phone or through whatever means and stuff like that, I'm going to take full advantage of it by letting my story out there be known and letting my kids speak up for themselves as well. Because if anything else happens in the future and I get separated from them, again, my daughter's 15. She'll be driving next year. Does anybody really think my daughter is going to not want to drive to her father's house as soon as she gets her car? Absolutely not. She'll bring her brothers with her to see her father. So everybody's wasting their time. Everybody's wasting their time. It's just a bunch of nonsense. And I'm making sure to solidify it that the three kids, that this custody and problematic situation going on with my divorce has absolutely nothing to do with the welfare of the kids, with them being scared to be around me, with them being worried or anything of that nature in any type of way, shape, or form. It's really only about the money. It's really about what mom wants. It's really about what the courts want with the mom. And I can care less about how this court system works anymore. It's so obvious that it's beyond unlawful in a lot of different ways. And I'm just making sure to prove that I ain't no bad guy. My kids ain't afraid of me. And you can ask them yourself, apparently, if they want to see their dad, and they'll say yes. Because there is no coercion in those speeches. And when we talk to them, there is no like saying, hey, do you want to see your dad? No, just straight up honest. Just what's going on? How do you feel? And that's it. My kids are honest. They're not gonna stray away from being truthful to people when it's necessary. And if you guys are talking to them about seeing your dad, my kids will tell you exactly how they feel, and not really hold back from it.
And that's why, and that's like I said again, that's why I tell y'all keep y'all veins cold, because a lot of stuff you're going through, you in the trenches, and he's in the trenches for real. And like I tell you, this system is not for men, and this system is not for the kids. And that's why I told people, let's keep it clean on this, because maybe you can use it in court, maybe not, but the world will see that this goes on a regular, and this is going to continue to happen as long as government daddy keeps having the gender bias in the system and allows these baby mama terrorists to do what they do best, and that's to bring them money. They don't care about the kids. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. They do not care about these kids. They don't care what they think. They don't care their feelings. All it's about is a money grab and to keep the man out the picture. You know,
right? And the main, like I said, the main point with it is that the kids know. All kids know stuff now. Like there's TikTok, there's internet, there's Facebook, there's Instagram. There's people that's also speaking their stuff, their own stories. There's kids that's on there all the time that's talking about their parents having domestic violence and they haven't seen their parents or whatever. But there are a lot of other cases where there was never any. It didn't the marriage or the relationship didn't end on a physical domestic violence case. It ended on just two people didn't want to be with each other, and then everything happened after that, the rigmarole of false allegations and allegations, because as we all know, all somebody has to do is say, yeah.
No, you finish.
So yeah, if people can just say that they're in fear. Yeah, if people can just say that they're in fear of somebody in order to take in order for the courts to pretty much take their full side to take the kids from the other person, then I mean, that's just a showing of your character. And if you know, and you're saying in court that you don't find me dangerous, you don't find me any of that kind of stuff with the kids, and then my kids are saying they want to see me and all that kind of stuff, then the only people that is causing any friction or any means of keeping me away from the kids is the lawyer, the judge, and the kid's lawyer. That's it.
And the baby mama.
Pretty much it. Right.
Let me question. I just thought about it. Yeah. The reason why I thought about it, didn't you? Because don't she got another kid prior?
Yeah, she had two. She had two kids prior to me.
And then you raised them. Then you raised them when you Then you raised them when I was young.
So I raised her. I raised her son.
Let's talk about that.
So she had So she had two kids before me, and she had a son that was about, I want to say 7, and then she had a daughter that was about 5 or 4, and yeah, I pretty much raised them until we finally split, and it was just weird because I found out. I didn't find out until after we were married, about 8 years later, that they actually had two different fathers. So
you didn't notice when you was with her as in a relationship. You thought they had the same father, right?
Right.
So when you got married, you found out after the fact, right?
Right. Yeah, and I found out in very messed up. I found out because I stumbled upon some papers that was for child support, and it was for different fathers for them. So
I want y'all to hear that again. How did you find out?
Stumbled upon some papers that was just sitting in a box, and I hate to say it, but if I'm in my own house, then I can look through whatever's in my house. So, but yeah, so I saw the papers and it said 2 different fathers and 2 different child support orders and all that kind of stuff. So I confronted her and she admitted, and then she said she didn't want to tell me because of her reasons, which I won't say, but
right. But
yeah, but the point of the matter is,
did she tell you beforehand that? Did she tell you that they got the same father?
Huh?
Did she tell you? Did she tell?
No, she didn't tell me.
She just never said nothing at all.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Yeah, she told me that they had the same father for the entire time we were together until 2 years of marriage.
So I want y'all to hear this. How these baby mama parents will lie, and that's why I say you can't just jump the gun. You have to definitely do your due diligence and your investigation. But she lied and said both of them.
Well, that's the thing is that I trying.
Right. No. I'm just saying, but she lied to you. It ain't like you assumed it. She told you that they got one father, but then when you got married, you found out, having to look in the paper. So she was gonna keep that lie up for forever.
Right. And that's why it's just sad because, and now people understand why I was so much upset, because I didn't really want to have that same notion happen with my kids. So
Right.
that was like, and then I was just upset because like you changed the perception of who you was in order to
Right.
like keep me or whatever.
Right.
So,
Right.
but I mean, obviously I'm not that bad of a guy if she was willing to let me raise 2 other kids by 2 other men. So I was a stepfather for 2 other kids and then my 3 kids. And
How old are you, bro? How old are
I'm
you?
30. I'm 36.
Okay. So he's 36. He's not, he sound young, young like a 20-something year old, but he's 36 years old. Another question is, did the kids know she was saying that it was only one father? Did they know, or did the
Yeah,
oldest?
they were going along with it.
So
like
they
had, so they were, yeah. There was moments where they may have let it slip, and then she would argue it all. Yeah, well, she would argue it all that it was just they didn't know or whatever they were talking about or whatever. But
I want y'all to hear this, y'all. I want y'all to hear this.
It is what it is. I mean, there's people. I really don't. It's really sad. It's really absolutely sad because the 2 kids didn't have their father at all. They've never seen their father the entire time they were there.
Right, and this
is
why
I stepped up to be that. Yeah.
Right, but this is what I'm saying is I want y'all to come to this conclusion. Now she lied and told you that 2 of the kids only had one father, and of course I know she said he deadbeat, don't want to be a father and all that jive. She got child support for both of them that you saw them papers. So she used the kids and she used you, and it also shows 9 times out of 10 the stuff she did with you, she either alienated them or ran them away. Either way, she took the father out the picture, and now you number 3.
Right, exactly, and that's why it messed up my whole mindset when I found that out, because I was like, okay, now I'm married, so I'm in a different standpoint now. I'm in a different standpoint than I was when I was just boyfriend and girlfriend. So there's a different there's new laws now. There's new equivocations now if anything was to go down. So that's why in my case, in my divorce, I'm trying to get an annulment as if we were never married, just because of the fraud and stuff that I feel that happened to me. And she wants a no fault divorce, and she wants it so that the kids can't make any decisions until 21. She'll have sole custody, and I can't basically just take me completely out the picture, which is like I said, is confusing.
Right? No, it's not confusing
because I'm not.
The reason really, no, it's not. It's confusing. Here's the thing. It doesn't make any sense. It's confusing based on how the judge and the lawyers are all trying to say one thing and doing something else. That's the confusing part with them. But what I'm saying is this baby mama terrorist, like my man Hero said, shout out to him. She made a career out of child support and keeping the father out the picture. But y'all, these negative, these feminists and all these other people that go along with government daddy, the majority will sit back and say, ain't no mother like that. That they don't do that. Like, who want to put the man out the picture? Who don't want the man to help take care of baby mama terrorist?
And the big point too is that we already had like prior agreements. Like we already kind of knew that our divorce and our marriage was ending. So
that was being said, that was before. They don't care.
Right. So I was under the impression like, okay, that's it. We're done. Like, we're just gonna part ways and do our 50-50 and live life and that's it. And because there was never an instance where she was ever worried or scared about me being around the kids. Now that's why I was even more upset, because obviously I raised 2 other kids, and she even like at one point asked me if I wanted to adopt her daughter, and I was like, I'm okay. Like, she's my daughter.
I'm glad you didn't do that. I'm glad you didn't do it. I'm glad you didn't do it.
Yeah, I was like, she's my daughter, but I can't. I already have 3 kids, and at any point in time, I'll be there for her. I don't mind it, but I can't. So, and I was also like when she had her like her daughter had her quinceañera or whatever it is, Sweet 16. Like, I was there as like, to dance with her and stuff. So I tried to play the role, but that's when I found out, like, when we split up or when that whole divorce happened, her older son, well, her son was aged out of child support at 21, and then her daughter was aging out of child support not even about 6 months after our divorce started. So I kind of took it as like she had to recuperate the lost income that she was going to end up losing.
Right. Facts. Right. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
So I feel like she kind of chose. This is how I feel. Whether it's true or not, it is what it is. It's what I think. But she had to choose. Like, do I want to be with my husband and make it work, and like try to come to even grounds and kind of do that, or do I just want to like have him out the picture and then just take him for child support and continue the benefits of what comes with that? So, I mean, it is what it is, but I'm just disappointed. Yeah.
Right. Somebody asked earlier, how long was y'all married?
We were married since my youngest son, the one that you spoke to, was in her belly. So 9 years. So about 8 or 9 years.
Now, well, here's the thing. Another thing is, I want y'all to know she loved child support. She chose single motherism, but she worked a good job. She didn't make $10,000. Right. She made $80,000.
She made a lot. She made a good check.
She wasn't broke. She wasn't broke. She made $80,000, and she had a professional career. This is why I tell y'all the worst ones are the ones with these professions, degrees, and licenses and everything else. This ain't nobody that was on link. No. No, these one these uppity baby mama Terry.
Right. See, so that's why
she chose single mother behind the scenes and try to set another man up for failure.
Right. And that's why I put so much emphasis, time, focus, investing everything into the kids for that whole entire 14-year period, so that if we are at this place that we are right now, as you can just hear on the phone, the kids is like, I'll see my dad tomorrow if you guys allowed me to. And it's been a year. So that's the part that I wanted to make sure I put a lot of focus on, was the kids during that whole time period that it was in and out, and I didn't really understand what was up and what was down. And I mean, that's why I just had to focus on the kids, because at the end of the day, that's the ones who's affected through all this, whether it's her kids, my kids, all together. They're all siblings. They all have their different reasons and stuff like that. Her kids see me being, because obviously her having stepkids, I cannot be as, I guess it's very tough to be a parent to stepkids than you can to your own kids in different places. And you can't put too much emphasis on different love aspects with your stepkids that you do with your regular kids, because you don't know how the stepkids may reciprocate it and how they will how they would handle it. So it was tough at times, but I mean, like I said, I gave them all the as much appreciation. I mean, her son really didn't like me from the beginning to the end. So that was...
He didn't? Wait a minute, he didn't?
He didn't. No, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't like me at all. I mean, there was a lot of, like I said, me and her mom was in and out, and we had our moments and our arguments and all that kind of stuff. And it is what it is. And like I said, I really just wanted it to end. And I live in my house and have my kids 2 weeks out the month. She lives in her house. She has the kids 2 weeks out the month. And we just show our kids both sides of the track of how we both live. And I live my life with my kids for 2 weeks out the month, and they have all the experiences that dad was willing to give them. And then the same thing with their mom, and call it a day. Like, it's a really simple factor. But
question. She was making, at the time, I don't know about now, but at the time she was making more money than you, wasn't she?
Huh?
Was she making more money than you at the time when she was working that job?
So when we split, I want to say we were almost more or less making the same. And then that's how I was able to get my custody, child support, and order protection all kind of like fixed in the civil era. So when it was in the order protection, I was able to get that to show as a no findings, temporary 6 month. And then for the child support, they wanted like 300 or 400 a week, and I took that to trial and fought it and got it brought down to $70 a week for all 3 kids altogether. And then
Congratulations.
Custody order, that's how I got the kids Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and every other weekend, like my daughter said, which they want to go back to. So I did what I possibly could with as far as my cases went, and it was in civil court. And then once they made like the false allegation claims of violation and stuff, they took it from the civil court up to the criminal court. And when it went to criminal court, that's when I started just losing everything, because I don't know how. I just could not, like, I was losing and I just didn't know how to fight that. And that's when all the conflict of interest stuff and everything started coming into play. So, but that's why I say to people, like, and that's why I'm worried now, because I'm blocked from my ex. So she blocked me from her number. So I can't really contact her as far as like to visitation with the kids, which it says on the order. And she even said that she's going to move and buy a new house or whatever, which I don't mind. Obviously, a house for the kids, something stable for them to be at is fine, whatever. But I also think at the back of my mind that if they put me in jail, they're gonna give her full sole custody, because it's almost been a year since I had physical contact with the kids, and then that'll be another hill that I'm going to have to go up. And it's going to be like, I'm only in jail because of a false allegation, because of another allegation that was from an expired allegation. And to go through all this stuff based on absolutely nothingness is like the really nonsense of everything. So that's why I tell people, like, I mean, I'm just trying to be the dad that I didn't have. And obviously I was a good enough dad to raise 2 other kids that wasn't even mine with my 3. So like, I don't know where else I'm supposed to really, I don't know what I have else to prove to anybody. I'm not really trying to prove anybody.
Well, hey, here's the thing. In this sector, our community, we have nothing to prove. It's about putting the truth out there and telling our stories. And the ones who support it over here, the ones that don't, them the ones that do the thumbs down. We don't care. That's why, like I said, it's just a minority of us, man. And I appreciate you coming on here telling your truth, and your kids coming on here. That's why I told people don't do no cursing on this segment. No, not on this one. Just case.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And I appreciate that too, because I mean, it's just, I mean, I'm not trying to bash the mom. Like, no, I'm really trying not to. I'm really more or less, I'm really just saying, right. And I'm really just trying to say truths that happened during it, which would obviously correlate to me having reasons to worry or reasons to consider certain thoughts or whatever. And because of the fact that I have these worries and problems and stuff to worry about and stuff, I want to just make sure that my words is out there so that people know what's going on. And like, I really want to make sure that people understand that like we're not bad. Like, this generation is just not really filled with bad fathers. It's really, really not. And it's just more or less that there's just a lot of people that have criterias and incentives to go after fathers and stuff. And in my case, because I'm a father that is willing to fight the system and willing to challenge it and do everything according to the book and buy the papers and all that kind of stuff, it's put like a target on me, and it's made me seem like I feel like I'm now the bad guy, and the courts want me to make me feel like I shouldn't be doing any of this stuff at all. But as I told everybody else, that if they say, hey, either you go to jail, I mean, she'll drop the charges if you give her sole custody, then I'm going to say, which jail cell?
Right. Fact. No,
because that's just what it is. You're not gonna, like, you just can't. You can, as far as taking the kids from me and taking any custody, because we have joint custody. That's why I wasn't too worried about having them on here, because at the end of the day, we still have joint decision making custody. And as far as I'm concerned, the kids have a place in a place to speak. You know what I mean? And they have to have a place to talk, and I'm giving them a stage. And thank goodness for your platform and stuff, Mr. Palmer. Like, I was able to do that. And now anybody that has anything in the future, maybe they can do the same thing, like talk to their kids on the phone and let them speak and stuff, because there's not enough kids that's able to speak for themselves. And if you can give them an opportunity, then why not do it and see what happens? Because as everyone heard, I mean, they don't have any quarrels against mom or dad, and they don't mind sharing both of us equally. But for them to be forced into living 11 months without me, it's just not working for them, and it's not fair for them. So like I said, my goal is to challenge the system, prove to them that a father is willing to take all the shots and hits and whatever that you need to try to throw at them, to prove to you guys that backing down is absolutely at this point not in the books or in the future at all. So I'm fine with it though.
Man, I appreciate you coming on this platform. Like you've been doing, man. Please spread this to the Facebook community on the F Child Support page. 'Cause I'm trying to get them to come over here, because this page is more lenient than Facebook. So and I see you posting, being out there, and I support you. You got my number, so definitely if you can share the video, get them to come over here, because I'm trying to bring the 100,000 over here. Because
hopefully, because my Facebook page, because I do speak out about my case and really try to let my case be known and stuff. My Facebook page is now like shadow banned, and probably because of other stuff too. But definitely, like,
well,
I can't really do lives anymore.
The people you talk to, I don't care. It's all about just spreading the page, spreading the word, and definitely have a platform over here, just like I did on Facebook, for people to tell their truth, tell their story, vent, whatever they want to call it, and we all come together and change the laws in our mind, man, and keeping them veins cold. So I'm not gonna hold you no longer.
I'm gonna.
Is anything you want to tell everybody before you get off this interview?
Yeah, absolutely. One, I appreciate it. I appreciate being on here and just being able to speak out and say my story and stuff. I mean, there's millions, thousands, whatever, of other parents that's going through the same or even worse. I'm not now or ever been a person, as I see in a lot of these comments, a person that would ever pay somebody else to prove to another stranger that I'm a good enough parent to be around my kids. So those of you that say to pay uber amount of money to lawyers, that's pretty stupid. It's pretty moronic. I'm sorry to say it, but if you guys are saying that I need to learn more, there's really nothing else that I really need to learn, to be honest. There's really nothing in the court system, family court system, the law. We can go everywhere. We can go into maritime law. We can go into admiral law. I can go into all the laws. There's nothing that's really needed to be learned. And as far as like money wise, like I said, you can pay lawyers millions and millions of dollars. But just remember that you got your kids back because you paid for them. So let that simmer in your head for a while, and let that be known that you paid strangers to prove that you're a good enough parent for the other one. So if you want to play into the system, that's by all means your own thing. But I don't spend money on lawyers. I fire them, and if they don't want to represent me the right way, then I represent myself. But other than that, I want to make sure everybody knows here that I do appreciate my kids. I respect my kids. I love my kids. They're the greatest thing that's happened in my life since anything, and I have no problem at all letting it be known through any way in any platform, and being alienated from them for 11 months when they only live 10 minutes away from my house is nerve-wracking.
You say 10 minutes?
Yeah, like I can literally jog to their house if I wanted to, but like I said, I mean, I'm making sure to in this time period to take care of my health, make sure that there's nothing that the courts can use against me as far as like medication or alcohol and any of that stuff. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I haven't done any of that stuff. I haven't drunk in almost um what 4 years now, or almost 4 years. Like I'm not into any of that stuff. So there's really nothing that they have against me. So I have my platform and I'm able to speak my truth because we have joint custody. I haven't seen him in over almost a year, and me not seeing him in almost a year just because of some address nonsense or because of an allegation of being in fear when I said for us to just meet at a public place in a police office just goes to show you that everything is just they're just playing games and everybody wants their incentives. My ex obviously has gotten over $15,000 to $20,000 in the last year alone between me paying off the arrears of the child support and the stimulus checks and the taxes. So it is what it is. I don't care about money. I don't care about any of that kind of stuff. I just care about my kids, and I'll handle the rest on my own. And thank you so much. I appreciate it. And if anything, my court case is tomorrow at 10:30, Rochester, New York. And if I don't talk to you guys or Mr. Palmer or give him a heads up after court or at least before the end of tomorrow, then chances are that I'm in jail. and hopefully, yes, that I'll be able to get out of there or something. But yeah.
Well, check this out. Before you go, somebody want to know, is she in a new relationship? Does she have another man?
I have absolutely no clue about anything about her. Like I literally don't care. Like as soon as we split up when the divorce started 3 years ago, I completely went cold-hearted blood. Like I wanted to make sure that I didn't was one of those people online that was like, I miss my wife, and even though she's beating me down, I love them. No, I just instantly went cold. So like I didn't care. Yeah, I instantly didn't care if she was dating somebody, with somebody, had 7 boyfriends, 2 girlfriends, and a dog. I literally didn't care because the only thing I was worried about if she was dating somebody is obviously to be around the kids, but their influence around the kids. So as I told the court, I don't care if she gets with another relationship. If I have 50% of the time with my kids to be influential to them, then I really wouldn't care what the other 50% of the time is going on with her, with whoever. And because I have enough security as myself as a father that there's nobody that's a competition to me as far as another father, as another male or anything. So if she wants to have somebody around there for 2, I have not worried at all, like anybody having been any competitive to me, because me as a father is on like I'm a dope ass father. I know that for 100% fact. So I'm not even worried about her being with anybody, but I do know that if it was that, like, let's say she does get with somebody or a guy or whatever, and because I literally almost know everybody here where I live. So if I find out though, if this guy or whatever is causing the reason of me not seeing the kids or talking her into it or saying my kids is his kids, and it starts going into that realm, then we're going to have an issue. Then it's going to be then it's going to be like, you know better, because these are grown ass kids that love their father. So trying to step in or trying to do anything of that nature is not going to be in this, is not going to be in the safety of anybody else. So, but I wouldn't really worry. I mean, I'm not too worried about it because my kids are grown. They know who their father is.
Like you said, keep the veins.
They wouldn't accept anybody else as.
Yeah, it don't matter. But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on here, man. I ain't gonna hold you no longer, man. I appreciate you chiming in. Definitely appreciate that, because this definitely need to come out, especially when it comes to the baby mama justice system and of course family court, government daddy. This is in New York, one of the worstest, besides California and Florida and Michigan and Illinois. But yeah, man, tomorrow give me a call. Let me know what's going on afterwards if you're able to. and we could definitely do follow-ups or whatever. And you keep fighting. You got a community over here. Keep your veins
Yes,
cold.
sir.
We all don't we all got the same agenda. Might have differences, but we got the same agenda. So that's definitely stay in touch. We do anyway.
Yeah. And yep. And everybody on here that's in the comments, thank you again. I appreciate you guys' support and your I mean, I guess basically your comments. And again, thank you, Mr. Palmer. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll definitely give you guys a call to update on what's going on, and hopefully everything works out. I mean, like I said, the lawyer said either they'll try to get the ankle monitor taken off because I'm working obviously my job full time and traveling, or they'll put me in jail because I travel for my job and I went out of state, or they'll just do a whatever it is where we go off to another court date, like wait for another court date and stuff. So I don't know, but either or, if this is, I'm just mad that this is what a father has to go through in order to be a father. Like this is really much just nonsense. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's crazy, man.
so it is what it is. I'll be good.
Yeah.
But thank you again. It'll all work out. I appreciate everything, and I'll definitely talk to you guys later. And in Joe, and I'll give you a call from there if I'm in there too.
Okay, bro.
All right.
Our prayers are with you. We support you. Like I say, you got home over here. So
Right.
I will talk to you. Definitely hit me up tomorrow. Text me, let me know what's going on.
Gotcha. All right, man. You guys have a good night. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bro.
Bye. See ya.
All right, peace. See, it's that's why I did a double header. It just had to come out when I was doing the interview this morning with the brother in Louisiana. He taped say, let's do it today at 5:00 Eastern time. And that's why I was telling y'all, hey man, no cursing, because he's gonna have his kids on here to tell a story. You can't make this stuff up. And like I said, we got a dislike up in here. And when I saw that, I sure wanted to press that button, but I said, nah, for the sake of him and his kids, we're gonna keep it clean. And because he may use it, may not use it, but just in case, you never know. Sergeant Tyson is from New York, been through the New York City child support court over 200 times back and forth to get a DNA test for a kid that wasn't mine back in 2002. He's the one that's he's sergeant. He was at the Capitol Hill protecting all the civilians and the politicians, and he's in the bigger trenches with the grandma terrorists who get child support, SSI. And you got the baby mama terrorist that's mad and not getting nothing, and he can't get his son. See, so like I said, once again, everybody's not going to support what we're trying to do and what our goal is, even if it is about right, because the majority is not about what's right. They for what's wrong. They for what benefits them and government daddy and the baby mama terrorism and feminism and everything else. We got Jim Palmer up in here. No relations. My daughter was stolen from me and my hands were tied. She's grown now and I'm still the bad guy. I give up. Wash your hands and move on, bro. You got to. Manipulation is a powerful thing. You're going to either put yourself in the early grave, get yourself sick, or lose your whole foundation, what you got built. So just know you have your receipts. It's not your fault. And this is the reality when it comes to baby mama terrorism. Now, I want to go back before I log off. This baby mama terrorist had 2 kids, and she was lying, telling him that one man was the father. And later on, they get married. She got him on child support, back and forth. She want to get married all of a sudden. He's still on child support. While they was together, he's on child support. And he get married. Then finally, she take him off. And to later on set him up and plot to put him back on child support and eliminate him out the picture like she did the other 2 fathers. You cannot make this up. Like Leroy, I've been talking to Leroy. He's not a troll. He's from California. And I even told him to wash his hands and move on because he was going through it without a lawyer, spending money in California. And I finally told him, wash your hands and move on. And like he said, I just washed my hands and gave up. It's a lot of men that fought tooth and nail all the way to the very end till they couldn't no more. He started to lose his livelihood. So this is why this platform is needed. you know, show my evidence. Hey, if you hit me up in the email, bro, you know I got no problem with that. What's evidence? If I already got, what's evidence you talking about, bro? Because I get too many, and then some of y'all got different names. Some of y'all got different names on here versus with y'all Instagram names too. But yeah, no, like I say, you cannot make this stuff up. But everybody talking about that the man don't want to be in the picture, the man don't want to be the father, the mother the most best fit, and she ain't no baby mama. Tell she work a good old job. 100. Do me a favor, Fire. Inbox me on the on my Gmail. You probably had let me know who you are, and we can do it on the next 7. It's not a problem. Because by the name, I'm not recalling on the email. Before I go also, I wanna, because I didn't do it while we was doing the interview. Certain interviews I won't do the super chats because let me see if I should still have it. It ain't let me go all the way back up to the top. That's why it ain't let me go back up, but that's why I was just showing it. Oh, okay. I got you. Matter of fact, before I gotta go back to the cash app. I got some cash app. Actually, I got a cash app from early this morning at 10:39. $25 support from UC Family. $25 donation saying support the movement. Also got a $5 donation on a cash app from my boy Hero at 540. Appreciate you, brother. Also got a $5 donation from XL Pro Services in Florence, showing support. Appreciate you, fam. Jim Palmer said, I got no choice. I gave everything I could and was always last with her. Now my daughter hates men too. It is what it is. I told you, walk on. That's it. I told you, yeah, they raised them to hate men and be part of the feminist ideology and be bitter, miserable, be a baby mama tear to the world. Hey, Jeremy, come on, click in the stream yard right quick. Just Jeremy, and we're gonna talk about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up because I know some of y'all been on here the first time. I'm telling y'all, this is not no joke, man. And people mad because I'm calling out, and I'm not finna sugarcoat and say, well, yeah, it's like that, but that's just the way it is. You know, you keep doing what you gotta do and just accept what's going on. Just shut your mouth and pay up. You know what I'm saying? Jack me said, I just served today after seeing Black Lives Matter and Angela Stanton King today. Angela Stanton King is a strong female. Love her. Yeah. She been following me on Instagram for a while when I didn't even know. And I was reaching out to her and I saw she was following me. So, man, it's crazy. Leroy said, that's crazy what the BMT put them through, though. That's why I say that all the stories you hear, there's always somebody with a worse situation. You just don't know. Jahan said the cycle of dysfunction continue. Yeah, it's because the roll of the cycle is round and round and round. You know, we got Jim Palmer come up in here. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
You from Facebook?
Yeah, I hit you up on Facebook. I've been following you for years now. Hold on, I didn't know this was gonna go. Hold on, let me turn the tunes
Turn
down.
around.
Okay.
I
didn't know it was gonna go like this. Shit. What the fuck? No, but bro, I paid my child support for 12 years. All the because if you don't, you're gonna lose your driver's license, and then you don't got a job, and then they're gonna come take you to jail. And so I paid, and the mother of my daughter.
What state, bro?
What?
What state?
Florida.
Oh, whoo, Florida.
Oh, and so here's what she did to me. I said, okay, well, I got some visitation, this, that, the other thing. I'm gonna come get my daughter, and then she said, yeah, come meet me at the McDonald's. And I show up there. She have 2 homeboys with her, not my daughter. And then I got pissed off, and then she told the courts, oh, he's threatening me, and that was a wrap. And I wasn't threatening her, bro. It was, you said you was gonna bring my daughter up here, and I was gonna take her for the weekend. and you got 2 dudes with you and not my daughter. That's all she needed, bro. That was it.
She set you up.
And then for the last 10 years, I couldn't see my daughter without a state representative there. Like I'm some kind of a criminal. And it's like, man, you're going to turn me into a criminal? Or I just got to take the lick and go on. I ain't going to jail. How many times man, these people really don't understand what they're doing to men out here. Good men that are trying to do the right things, that, you know, love their mama, love their aunts, and don't hate women. We just, man,
they don't care, bro. They really don't care. So you've been fighting court. You've been fighting the court for basically for a while, of course.
And now my daughter, and now it breaks my heart. My daughter's a grown woman now. And she
Right.
reached out and she said, "Hey, did you pay child support? Because she said you didn't." And I had all them receipts. I had all that. And I said, "Yeah, I paid everything, and I'm out. You know, here's the from the state of Florida that's the last payment." She said, "Oh, okay." And then my daughter started asking me for money, and I'm like, "Oh, damn, how in the fuck? Oh, you just like your mama. She got you too." Like she wasn't trying to reconnect with me.
But she asked you about the child support.
She asked about money. And then
So she only hit you up about money. She was 21 or 18 or whatever.
22. She was 22.
And she's still hitting you up about money. You know,
Yeah.
Not money, but child support.
Well, she wanted to know because her mama told her that I never paid shit, and that's why I couldn't see her. So then,
wait a minute. She actually told the daughter that the reason why you don't see your dad because you don't pay child support. So that justifies not you being a father in her life.
Yeah.
Wow. I want y'all to hear this.
And then when my daughter got grown, she asked me that, and I was able to provide her with here's the state of Florida saying I have complied. Here is, and I'm out. I'm done. I'm good to go. I never, you know. And then she was like, "Oh, okay." So then a couple of days go by, and I'm like, you know, and I'm full of like, okay, my daughter's finding out the truth. She's coming home to me. I'm gonna have a relationship with my daughter. And then my daughter turns around and starts asking me for money. And she don't want to spend time with me like that. And I'm just like, oh, once again. And it's out of my hands. It's you know what? Like you said, got to move on. There ain't.
Yeah.
And you know what? My second marriage failed because I would not have any children with her. Because of, I said, no, I'm not giving no woman the power of the state over me ever again. You're lucky we got married, and then we got divorced, but I didn't have no children with her. I'm not gonna have 2 baby mama terrorists. Fuck.
My man. Hey, my man. You did get married again, but you say no more kids, right? My man. Hey, man, I gotta do it more time. That's right.
I wanted a son, but at what cost?
Right. Yeah, what cost? You mess around and have an emasculated son. You'll have an emasculated son, man.
You know what? And I'll give any man out there that you want to be that father life, whatever. Find you a single mama that is actually, you know what? There ain't no shame in raising somebody else's kids as long as that woman is legit, right?
Yeah, I go with that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, if she, because not every woman is, you know, some women are legitimately abused. Some women are legitimately left behind, you know, and I don't know. You might not agree with me on that, but I don't know, man. It's fucked up, bro. This whole system is fucked up to where men and that's why listen, the whole fucking problem in society right now is where's the family at? Where's the father at? And we could talk about black culture. We could talk about white culture, Hispanic culture. Find out where all the families stay whole, and that's a strong community where the families are disbanded and the woman gets all the power and she can say, I don't need your motherfucking ass. Then the children grow up with, man.
Nah, you speaking the truth, brother. You speaking the truth. That's that break. My man said break down the nuclear family.
Hey, you know, it's
crazy,
a sad
man.
world we live in. I didn't expect all this, bro. I didn't expect all this live face to face. I've been following you for years on Facebook.
Well, here's right. I'm on Facebook, but Facebook been shutting me down when they've been shadow banning me. So now I moved my stuff over to YouTube. They more lenient, and now I can have people do real live interviews, and you to come on and build a brotherhood like I did on Facebook. That's why I'm trying to get people from Facebook to come over here now, because they're gonna eventually shut their page down. They're gonna shut their page down.
I have noticed you haven't been posting a lot lately, because it was like at least once, twice a week.
Yeah.
You know?
Chris Cole posts on there for me, but you know, I see a lot of people ain't really looking at Chris Cole. So what I do now, I put the link on in the group, and they can click on it, come over. If I get everybody to join up, we'll be okay, because this page is really growing, and more people starting to come on and tell their story, tell their truth, come with evidence and videos. Just put it out there like I was on Facebook. Looks like I was just putting it over here on this platform.
And
it's working better.
We really need to get together and push a father's rights coalition. Like, how is it that a woman, and this don't even have nothing to do with child support, but how can a woman just accuse a man of any kind of misconduct, ruin that man's life, and then be found out that it's not true and nothing happens to her? How?
You're right. You see this right here, brother? I'm gonna scroll it down. Let me
Okay, I randomly come across.
I'm gonna let me take that what I got up here so you can see it in full. This from Jeremy Wise. He came on, I think yesterday or the day before. He told me to post it. He sent me the email because he ended up what happened? He ended up losing. He ended up getting a restraining order. He became homeless because of this baby mama terrorist. And he was sharing posts from like what's his name? From a lot of activists on Facebook, and because of that, he have a restraining order, and he ain't been around his daughter. This is her, and this happened March 28th at 9:13. She says, "Hey, I randomly came across this today. I'm pretty sure it is a violation of the restraining order." That's what RO means. For those who see RO, that means restraining order. And she went on his page, and this is stuff that he I guess commented and post. And he said, "When was this posted? And thank you. Within the last hour, he's actively responded to other people." So I don't know if she talking to him. Look like she talking to somebody. She talking to somebody. She sent, maybe this is the lawyer. This is not, I thought she was talking. She's not talking to him. She's talking. Look like she's talking to the lawyer. She's like, "Hey, I randomly came across this today." No, you didn't. You went to search to see if you find anything. It's obvious, and I'm pretty sure it's a violation of the restraining order. And they went on him looking at his comments for whatever he was talking about, probably child support, because he's for equal rights, stuff like that. And she took, and somebody asked her, "When was this posted?" And thank you. So it must be the lawyer. Within the last hour, he's actively saying he's currently doing this, and that's why that he ended up losing. He got a restraining order with her. Not that he's trying to be around her, but he can't see his child. But he said the judge got a restraining order on her, but he's still allowed to talk to the child on the phone or FaceTime, and he's homeless because of her and the grandma terrorist and the great grandma terrorist. And yeah, random stalking. That's what it sounds like to me. But because he posts on his own page about child support and equal rights,
that's
restraining order.
That's a violation, man, of our rights,
right,
as human beings,
right.
And I think that we've got to push. Somebody's got to be the voice. Somebody has got to push and say, "Hey, if you're found out to be a liar, I mean, if you're legitimate,
Right.
yeah, if that man is scary and he has threatened you and he's put your hands on you and he's done some foul shit, because yes, there's some dirty motherfuckers out there. Yes.
Right.
But you can't use the system, weaponize the system against a good man just because you want to go out and you through with the relationship and you don't like it. And so now you just use the system any which way to crush a man. And you know, if you I don't know who all can hear this. I don't know if I'm live on YouTube.
Oh, we hear you. We on YouTube. We only on YouTube. They hear you.
How many men have actually given up and took their own lives because they lost everything? They were everybody that they thought was their circle of friends, and
Right.
everybody now all of a sudden, because she accused this man of this, that, and the other thing, and now he's living in a hotel room and he ain't got gas money, ain't got no insurance on his car, and everything's collapsing in on him. How many men have actually given up? Now, I'm a stronger man than that, but sometimes the pressure, and then who where's the responsibility for that? Who no? Oh, don't go there, because believe all women. No.
Right.
And the truth of the matter is, I come close a couple of times. I come close to just giving up. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go live in the woods. And then I went and lived in the woods. And then I was like, fuck it, nobody's gonna miss me anyway. Ain't nobody coming out here and check on me. According to everybody else, I'm a fucking wife beater. And then you know what I thought too? Here's the thing. And don't nobody. I'm just telling you where the dark place that I was at. And if anybody's listening, don't take what I'm about to say as advice or what you should be doing. But I was sitting out there losing everything. I was like, you know what? I should have choked that bitch out. I'm paying the price for it anyway. I didn't, but everybody thinks I did, so I should have. Now, that's between me and God. I know it. God knows it. And man, this shit will put you in a dark place, and really, you do need God to see you through it, because ain't nobody else listening. Nobody else cares. The system don't care. The court don't care. She don't care. And people will turn on you in a quickness because they think
you're right. And that's why I got this platform. That's why I continue to do this, and that's why I brought it over here. Because
hey, I sent you my email. It said private chat.
I got it. I just copied it, and I want, if you can, the people that you know that support the page on Facebook, bring them over here, man, because I want the community to come over here, you know, because this one we got, like I said, we got
so
more range.
What's your story? What brought you to bring to?
What brought me?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what brought me. What brought me was, one, I made the page. I made the one on Facebook before I went through my situation. I was tired of the gender bias system. I started seeing the feminist ideology change from back in the day to what it is today. I was tired of the gender bias that men are deadbeat and men don't want to be fathers, men paying child support because they didn't want to be fathers. I was raised by my mother and father, and I got a bunch of uncles, you know what I'm saying? And I ended up going through the situation, and what made me enhance this platform was I go to court, serve papers. Been in my kids' life from day one, they was playing. And I was fighting for equal parent time, served her paper. Of course, she wanted child support. She wanted sole custody. The judge, and now mind you, I ain't got no criminal record. Worked at the punk ass Cook County Hospital for over 12 years at that time, but I was there a total of 15. And I had a lawyer. She had a lawyer. And I'm like, I ain't got no record. I know I'm gonna get equal parent time. Plus, I only stayed 20 minutes away. So guess what? Judge say, I don't believe in equal parent time. He said he didn't believe in equal parent time. Yeah, he didn't believe in equal parent time. So he was like, well, you gotta show me why you should get equal parent time. He was willing to listen out. Then he finally realized that, yeah, I'm here because of a fair relationship. I'm here because I moved on. But I had receipts showing alienation, and I'm not allowed to see my kids and all that, and use them as pawns. And I'm calling for the simple enforcement, because I don't want to make it worse than it have to be. But then what ended up happening was the judge knew the whole situation. He said, "I understand you've been in your kids' lives for half their life, and I understand that you want to be there and everything, but it's the best interest of the kids that they stay with her because they've been with her over 6 months, and you in two different school districts, and you 20 minutes away. They say in Illinois you got to be 5 minutes in the same school district in the same city, and that's bull because it's a lot of people that I know who got equal parenting time who be 100 miles away and get equal parenting time.
The state dictates what's in the best interest of the children. However, we also have the same state saying that transgender kids can use whatever bathroom they. I'm sorry.
Exactly. So, like I said, and that's when I realized that, from my experience, it didn't matter about me having a criminal record or don't have a criminal record, want to be a deadbeat or want to be a father. It did not matter. It did not matter, bro. So that right there made me enhanced it. And of course, she came up with about the child support on Facebook, talking about he got an child support page. He told me to take it down. I didn't do it. And then she brought it back up, said I did a video about her, but I didn't even put it on the child support. It was on my personal page. And he was like, don't mention her name and don't talk about the court case. And I'm like, freedom of speech. So that's why the page didn't get took down. That's why. And I told him, I said, it ain't even about her now. It's bigger than her. I said, it's about exposing all of them. But in my head, I'm like, even when I post this stuff, she gonna know it's about her anyway, because she gonna know it's the truth, but it ain't about her. It's that, and I realized, and then I had my kids every other weekend. So everything was fine in the beginning, but then when you got manipulation, buying the kids and all that stuff, and he didn't want us, he left us, and he's a deadbeat, run up child support, and they getting bought out, causing disruption in my house. And eventually the police come to my house, talking about welfare being checked, possible sign of child abuse, and talking back to my wife and stuff. You can't stay here. You can't come here. Let me eliminate this situation. I'm getting sick behind. Let me go ahead and wash my hands and move on. So I just pay my child support to move on. And I look at it now as a sacrifice for me to do the greater good for other men, to have a voice, tell their stories, to expose these baby mama terrorists and tell their story.
And that's exactly what they are.
That's what they are. They're baby mama terrorists, bro.
Hey, because you used to just post BMTs. BMTs, I was like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, yeah.
I would follow your page, and it's somebody, then I don't know who, like I said, I've been following your page probably like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, it's been like 4 or 5 years. 2017, I believe.
And then I was like, oh, baby mama terrorists. That's what the fuck they are. They really are fucking terrorists.
Right.
And when you got a man that's trying to do the right things, that's trying to be a husband and a father, and trying to put, you use the system. There's plenty of men that really don't give a fuck about what their kids. There's plenty of that going on. So why isn't the system propping up the man and helping the man that's trying to do the right thing?
Because the more men they help out to try to be the right man, the less money they'll get out of that $51 billion crime bill. And that's another thing I learned when I did the Facebook, and I tell everybody this, when I started the Facebook and it started growing, like I said, when I first started, I'm like, he's hurting the black man and black man is, but then people like, you coming in and y'all telling me, nah, man, it's white men too, and Hispanics men too, and y'all getting the worst of the worst. And I start researching, I start learning, I'm like, white men do get it worse than we do, and white men do pay more in child support than we do. White men are they more alienated, committing more suicide and everything else. And that's when I came with the mindset of all men have to come together to make change. And we all have to keep our veins cold and tell our story.
I don't want to derail this conversation or get off topic, but it's time that we all just stop calling each other black men and white men. We're all just men.
I agree.
Now I know that we have differences. Like, I don't know what it's like to be a black man from Cook County in Chicago, but you know what though? I want to know. I don't hate nobody. You know, we got to stop. We got to, as a society in whole, right? So just like the system is geared towards women and taking men's rights away, the system is also geared towards tearing us apart as a community. How can we be a community if I turn on the news and it's just like, oh Lord, you know, oh, why is it black and white? Why is it black and white? Why?
The media, man. The media is one reason. Society's another. And then the one of the two reasons. And that's why I say we need to call this stuff out, man. That's why we have to tell our stories. And even when it comes to child support, it's a start. And then now I evolved to say now we have to change ourselves and change the laws in our mind. And sometimes you got to make that executive decision to wash your hands and move on, because you the one gonna lose when it's all up in your face. It was a brother on Facebook that committed suicide a couple years ago who I was friends with, and he gave up and shot himself a couple years ago, 2018 or 19. And he did his last post and committed suicide. A white brother. This shit is
anybody
real,
that's
bro.
listening right now, hit me up. You go ahead and put I'll put it out there, man. If you're thinking about committing suicide or any dark shit like that, man, hit me the fuck up. We'll talk. We'll shoot the shit. You want my phone number? I'll put it out there. I don't give a fuck. If one phone call in the middle of the night saves one man that is out there, like he's watching it all slip away. Listen, man, hold on. It will get better. It may not turn out the way you want it to.
Right.
But don't take your own life.
And that's what I say. Don't do it. That's why I got this platform over here. It's more of a brotherhood. Do not take your life, and don't go to jail for murdering anybody. It ain't worth it.
No, it ain't. Because it just ain't, and it's out of your hands. So the better action is to let's form a community of like-minded men to push legislative action. Like we you know what if we all come out there and say, hey, ain't nobody paying no motherfucking child support till we get some reform. How about that?
I say dismantle the whole thing. I know they're not. I say dismantle the whole thing and start it over.
Hey, in Texas, they're pushing a 50-50 parental rights. That's
automatic.
Yeah.
Hey, that'll be good. Illinois been having it on the table for years, man, and they just letting it sit till somebody finally put it out there. But they not gonna they not trying to do that because they know they're gonna make less money. So
yeah, and all of a sudden they're gonna be taking mamas to jail, talking about, oh, you out here, man. Let me tell you what. Oh, you a waitress? You're a bartender. Okay, who's babysitting the kids? Oh, she's 12 at the house. She's got the little one with her. Well, that's against the law. Oh, it's a hard time for a single mama out here. Oh,
right. And the father, the deadbeat, he don't want to be a father, which that's a lie. He alienated. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. What she's doing is out there popping pills, getting her fucking nails did, rolling around with her fucking friends, and got no time for the fucking children. Grandmama got to do all the whatevers, and but meanwhile, the man's outside across the street. He's 150 feet away because that's where he's got to be. He's waving, going, "Hey, I love my children, and I would like to be here right now, but your ass won't let me, and so you just rather leave them there at the house by themselves, cooking ramen noodles, and then when you come home and find out that the kitchen's a mess, you wake them up with an ass whooping." But me, I'm the fucking bad guy. How the fuck?
Right. See that's why I moved this platform over here, and that's why I continue to do what I do. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get ready to log off. Anything else you want to say before you log off, Jim?
Hey, I want to say that I appreciate what you're trying to do out here, and like I said, I've been following you for 4 or 5 years now. I was just on Facebook. You popped up, and I was like, "Fuck, child support? Yeah, let me see what this is about." Cause
yeah,
I've never commented. I've never,
yeah.
I was just like, "Yep, there he is. Yep, I agree with that." But what I would like to say is anybody that's listening that feels like the world is crushing you, you're right. They are crushing you. The system is against you. But here's the thing. Don't let them win. What you got to do is carry on and show them, you know, and one thing that that I have strived and look, I wanted to show them, nah, motherfucker, you know what? I stopped doing dumb shit. When I was younger, when this shit was going down, I wasn't living right, you know? I was out here fucking up. And then when this started happening, I was like, oh, I gotta make sure that next time I go to court, I ain't got no cases, I got no DUI, I got no nothing. And then it just kind of, it snowballed into maturity, right? Like, oh, that's how I'm supposed to be anyway.
Right.
I'm supposed to not have no issues anyway. And so you got to better yourself as a man, and that shit's out of your control. You can't let it consume you. I mean, yeah, those are your children and you love them, but don't give her no reason. Don't go out there, get drunk, catch a DUI. Don't be running with no strippers. Don't be out here slinging dope. Don't be out here doing no dumb shit. No, actually, prove her wrong. Become everything that the opposite of everything she accuses you of. Be that, right? And
that's right.
Better yourself, work on yourself, and don't never give up.
Yep, change the laws in your mind. That's exactly what I'm trying to preach. Change the laws in your mind. That's what you got to do in order to make change. Like he said, he was married once. He went through the courts. He got married again. I ain't had no more kids. Oh, you gonna divorce me? Okay, divorce me then. I ain't going. I ain't falling for a trap twice. You have to change your ways and change the laws in your mind, man. That right there, man. Definitely.
That's real. That's real. And so I walked into the second marriage, and she had 2 kids from a previous marriage, whatever, you know, and I treated them just like my kids, and and what ended the relationship was because she wanted a baby with me, and I said no, I'm not doing that. And she was like, oh, you think I'm gonna leave you? Blah blah blah. You accuse me. I was like,
did right.
No, honey.
You did right.
I'm 35 years old, and I don't want no more kids.
Why
now
chance?
I'm 43, but
why chance it?
Hey, but you know what?
You did right.
Ended up divorced anyway, and guess what? Right now I'm done paying child support. I don't got no more child support. I'm done paying.
Congratulations.
But had I had a child with her when I was 35 years old, I'd still be paying child support again. I'd be going through this whole motherfucking shit again.
Right. Facts. You telling the truth. Y'all take heed to this, man. Y'all take heed.
And when we was going through it, I was like, so this woman, we had a house, we had everything going on. We had it going on, right? And she's like, oh, and blah, blah, blah. And she told me to leave. I said, I ain't leaving. This is my motherfucking house too. And then we did the whole freeze out game, you know, where she wouldn't talk to me. I come in the room, she walk out the room. I come into bed and she go to the spare room, all that dumb shit, right?
Oh, well.
And then finally she's like, what do I got to do to fucking get you to leave this house? Do I got to punch myself in the face and call the cops? I was like, nope. Actually, that's all you had to do. That's all you had to say. Nope. You talking about the police? Nah, you go on with it then. Let me grab my shit. So she won. And then she fucked my credit up because she let the house get foreclosed. And I told, but when she told me that shit, I was like, this is why I wouldn't have no children with you, because of this day right here. You said to me, what do I got to do to get you to leave? Punch myself in the face and call the cops. I looked at her and I was like, oh, there it is. There it is. That's why we don't have a child right now.
I don't play that police job. Yep. That's why. Wash your hands and move on. Well, that's right. There you go. Because I don't play that police job.
No. Because you know what? Once you call them, there ain't no telling what. And it don't matter black, white, what the fuck ever. When the police come up, they want to shoot you. It don't matter. And especially you got a crying woman and you out here, oh, fuck. Oh, look, no. There ain't no. Don't call them motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Don't call them, because they're coming in here and because you got a dick, you're automatically the bad guy. And if it's emotional, she can be emotional all she wants. But you, as the man, If you're like, no, motherfuckers, this ain't right, blah, 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 you start raising your voice to the cops, no, it's a bad time for you, and you might not make it. And that's
Right.
just what it is.
Facts. Hey, is we Facebook friends on Facebook? I know you in the group, but is we Facebook friends?
Personal?
Yeah.
No.
What's your Facebook page?
Jim Palmer.
Just Jim Palmer?
Yeah. I'm afraid to hit leave because I'm gonna hang up on you, but
you know what? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna email you my link, because sometimes when you put a name, it's like 10 of them already. Jim Palmer. So I'm at the what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna email you right now my Facebook link, and then you send me the ad, because we definitely got to stay in touch. The only thing I want you to do, definitely keep coming on the panel. You're more than welcome to chime in or whatever, and tell people from that's on your page to support. That's probably most likely majority. We usually got the same people that support the platform, to bring them over here, man, because I'm definitely trying to. I want black, white, everybody over here, because just like we did on Facebook, I want it all over here, man, because this is where it need to be. Where, like I said, less bullshit with Facebook. It's much better over here. The most they do over here is say, well, you won't be monetized. So what? Who cares?
It's always about the motherfucking money, ain't it?
Yeah, well, I care less about that. But they won't give rid of the platform. You know,
seriously, we need to reach out nationwide and create a network of lawyers. We need lawyers.
That's my goal, man. If I can build this following and finally get a lawyer or somebody that understand and support what we're trying to do, and maybe offer some type of consultation for free or discount if we promote it and put it out there. Yeah, that's my goal. My goal is bigger than just being on a platform. Like I told y'all before on Facebook, I want to be doing public speaking when this stuff is done.
You need to be. And you know what? PSTD for cops and soldiers is real, and it is real for fathers that have been abused by the system. Because I'm gonna tell you, I have sat there in court by myself with nobody. No, there ain't no public defender in family court. You just standing there, right? And I fucked up, and I showed up. I was like, oh, I need to look good. I need to make sure I got my fucking Sunday best on. That was a mistake. Don't go to family court looking with your Sunday best. Go to family court looking busted and broke.
Oh, they went off what you had, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, you just go, what kind of truck do you drive? You got a house? You got this, that? And I walked out of there going, God damn, I put a tie on like I was going, because I'm going to court. I got to show respect. They run me through it. And I was like, excuse me, but wait, and then I walked out of there going, man, I should have come in there with dirty ass fingernails and and my work clothes on or something, because just because I got a watch means I got something. Just because I had respect for the court and put on a tie, because I was trying to present, this is a man that is capable of being with his children. He's a respectable man. He understands that this is a court of law. He tucked his shirt in. He, okay, so I can take my daughter and we can go on a vacation. We can go fishing. We can go hiking. She can just come over for the week. I was trying to project a responsible adult look. It turned into, oh, you got money.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Green guy said, look up Dennis Sperling on YouTube. Yeah, Dennis Sperling is a good friend of mine. Actually, I did an interview with him some time back. If you scroll back to the older videos, he got an interesting story about his situation, baby mama terrorism. Even his mom was a baby mama terrorist.
Baby mama terrorism.
He's an environmental lawyer, but he do talk about child support sometime on his platform. I'm gonna try to get Dennis Sperling back on his back on my platform. It shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, man, this thing is real. Anything else you would like to say before we get? I'm gonna get out. It's like almost 2.5 hours. My people on here twice. This is my second time. I did a double header today.
I didn't even mean to jump in your shit like this right now.
Well, I'm glad you did, bro. When I put that link in there, I'm glad you did. Nah, I don't know. It's with that. I just wanted to, Isaac Williams. I just wanted to, I wanted to talk to him because he may go to jail tomorrow, and he had his kids on here. you know, tell him that they want to be around and be in his life, and they're not allowed to. That's why I told people keep it clean till he was over with. You know, now we here. No,
You know, and that
you're more than welcome to come on here.
there's so many men that it not. I mean, that's unfortunately that's the rule, not at the exception. This is what's happening nationwide,
Yeah,
all over. Men and even the kids going, oh, I want to go, I want to see, I want to be with my daddy. Nope, no, you go to jail. You go to
right.
jail, and then once you get what, and then, man, I just want to say out there to every strong father, strong man, I don't care, black, white, north, south, east, west, Asian, Hispanic, man, just you can't do nothing for your children if you aren't free and healthy. And if you aren't
Exactly.
free and healthy, then you got to that's got to be your main priority. You got to be free and you got to be healthy and you got to fight and just don't do nothing stupid and know that you ain't alone. And
Exactly.
we need to have a phone number, like a crisis line, you know, a crisis line when you think you're giving up and when you think, but we don't have that because you know what, we are men, and we're expected to not have emotions. We're expected to just carry on and carry the world and just fucking keep going despite and regardless
Yeah,
of
shut your
everything
mouth.
else.
Right. Shut your mouth. Don't say nothing. Yeah. 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 Well, that's why this platform is still here to stay, because we are a community. We growing a brotherhood on here, and we definitely gonna tell our
And I
stories,
appreciate everything you're doing.
we definitely gonna keep men from doing a Ray Caruth or even committing suicide. So you're right about that. But we're gonna expose these baby mama tears, this unjust system, though. We're gonna do that.
Hey,
We
we need to
definitely-
set up a page not affiliated with fuck child support page, just a baby mama shame page, right?
yeah.
Where
That's why.
everybody gets
That's why this.
together and be like,
Yeah.
oh,
That's why this page called Mr.
screenshots,
Palmer.
shares. Oh, she's crying broke, but she just got in her motherfucking Lexus, and then take a picture of her car and your car.
Hey, that's why on this platform you don't see fuck child support. You see Mr. Palmer. We doing
Hey,
it
your
all
name's
over here.
Palmer too?
Huh?
Your last name is Palmer too?
Yeah, Lionel Palmer. Mhm.
That's fucking crazy.
That's why I said Jim Palmer and I said no relations.
Hey, you know where that name comes from, right?
Nah, truthfully I don't, but we got a big family of Palmers.
So the Palmer name it's an old English name, and Palmer comes from people that made the pilgrimage to Jerusalem, the holy, and they came back and they came back with palm fronds to prove that they went and made the pilgrimage. So our name actually comes from like the 1700s. You know, it's an old name. It's an old English name.
I do know
Now,
it's old English now. I'm about to research that to see, but I know it's a lot of Palmers out there, black and white, and we got a big family, man. So I that I do know. I'm about to do my ancestry also and find out how far I go back to. But it's just crazy, man. I tell people when it comes to this court, man, black, white, blue, or green, they don't care about you. They see green.
that's all they see.
That's
And you
all
know
they
what?
see, man.
That's all
Gotta
the
tell
whole
people,
world
man.
sees, right? And on a different issue, right? There ain't black and white. It ain't a Latino, Caucasian. It's about, are you poor or do you got? That's it.
Yeah, it's
Right?
definitely it's about class too, man. It's definitely about class.
It's
It's
about class.
it's about class. The rich get rich and the poor stay broke.
That's right. And
That's true.
just man, I see a lot of division happening right now, and I see these riots going on, and I see this shit, and I'm just like, this is on purpose.
Oh yes, it's on purpose. This COVID was on purpose.
This COVID, this is on
All this
purpose.
purpose, man.
Like
All this
I
purpose.
thought I grew up, man. I'm 43 years old, and when I grew up, I was coming up in school. When I was a kid, There wasn't no, I didn't see, we was just kids, man. I was a kid, and we was all just kids. I didn't say, oh, that the black kid, or no, but now, man, I feel like we're going fucking backwards with this race relations, right? Like, I don't even know, I don't even recognize my country anymore. I thought, and I'm okay, we just shooting cops, we just burning shit up, we just fucking, and just because I'm a white man, now, I was like, wait, did you just judge me on the color of my skin? I thought we would, hold on, wait, I don't do that. The fuck you mean? I'm out here. We're going backwards. And
that's what they say. That's what they say about us. They see us, man. It's crazy. It's uncalled for and it's bullshit. But you know, that's why I say we have to build our brotherhood so we can, like I say, change the laws in our mind and stay away from that nonsense of the majority that go with government debt in society.
It's
that's
the government. It's government, government.
Yeah, it's definitely government debt and the media too. All that.
Well, obviously the government runs. Well, the Democrats run the media.
Yep, you right about that. but yeah, man, I ain't gonna hold you up, brother. Go ahead and I sent you the email with my Facebook page. Send me the ad and send me an inbox.
I will.
Good, yeah.
And you know what? Anything I can do, you know, man, I'm just a construction superintendent. I ain't got no lawyer, but I ain't got, you know, but I lived through it. And anything I can do to help.
Well, definitely want you to definitely keep staying in tune and definitely spread the page, and people on Facebook that's part of the group, tell them to come on over here. Tell them this is real. It's a brotherhood. It's not on Facebook, but we putting it over here now.
That's what's up, man. And I appreciate you, and just stay out there, be strong, and keep doing you, and spread the word and spread the love that you ain't alone out here.
You're not. Nah, that's right. Okay, bro. All right, Mr. Palmer, number 2.
Palmer number 2.
Yeah, man. You definitely have a good one. Be safe out there, man, and enjoy that weather, man.
All right, you too. Be safe.
All right, now. Have a good one. Peace. Man, like I say Mr. Palmer number 2 because I'm Lionel Palmer the second. I wasn't talking about I'm number 1, he number 2. I'm Lionel Palmer the second. I'm Palmer 2. But yeah, man. Sergeant Tice said his phone crashed. It's all good, brother. But like I said, man, you cannot make this shit up. This shit is real, and I'm glad Isaac was able to do a part 2 and tell his story. He had his kids on here, on here to check out, their thoughts. The problem is a lot of kids don't have that opportunity. I'm glad them kids not manipulated like other kids. I'm glad that he's fighting to the end. But it's unfortunate that a lot of these men go through this. I'm glad that Jim Palmer came on here because a lot of people sit back and say, a lot of these fake black pro queens who say it's only black men complaining about child support and all that. Nobody else say nothing but them. Nah, if you go on my Facebook, there's more white people on there than anybody. And that's what I say. If I get all of them to come over here, it would definitely be 130,000 followers and subscribers on here, and it'll be a mix. And that's my goal. I want a mix because all men need to come on here. Women, they come on here as well that support the movement just like they did on Facebook. Bring it all over here. So like I said, if y'all know people that want to jump on, they want to be interviewed, they got receipts, or if they don't want to be on, but they want to be posted on Instagram, I'll post a video or the capture with the baby mama tears. I'll put it on there too. But definitely support this platform because it's real and it's definitely growing and it ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. And about that, they so-called try to flag the page. We'll have a Patreon and I'll be doing public speaking anyway because I'm not going to just sit back on a computer and just talk this talk. I'm going to walk the walk. Just hope for COVID to eventually come to an end. And thanks to y'all, that's why it's steady growing. And people in the politics, people that's in the law, is starting to talk to me behind the scene that want to jump down and definitely want to expose this system and this baby mama terrorist bullshit. Shout out to Ramil. We definitely doing some things. We actually did this recording. That's why I was late coming on here. We definitely getting it in and we making things happen. So y'all definitely have to keep y'all veins cold. And like I said, anybody want to got some females that want to jump on the interview, talk about child support, or they having a baby mama terrorist mama, or if they got a husband or a significant other that they was in the trenches with them, you're more than welcome. And also a baby mama, Terry. Hey, bro, cut the volume down or log off video.
Yeah.
Or anybody that want to a baby mama
Can
Terry
you hear
that
me?
want to tell their truth. Yeah, I hear you.
What's going on, brother? What's going on, Mr. Palmer?
What's good, Roger? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, kind of give you my story of what's going on with me.
Okay.
So I got a little funky ass baby mama terrorist that I'm dealing with. Well, not really dealing with anymore. So she stay in Baltimore. So you know how the story goes, man. I'm trying to keep the peace. Being trying to jumping through hoops. She being real passive aggressive, talking about anytime I tell her I want to go pick up the kids, she'll tell me, man, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? So I'm over here negotiating with her to see my own damn kids. You get what I'm saying? And I'm paying for everything. Now I'm coming all the way from Texas all the way to Baltimore, so I'm paying for the flights, I'm paying for everything. She over here being real passive aggressive with me. So I'm like, all right. So one day, this is maybe about 2 years ago, and this is right when I kind of discovered you. 2 years ago, I go pick up, I tell her I'm going to be in town to pick him up. She go tell me that she don't want me to come by because she don't want her boyfriend to know that I'm in town. I'm like, what?
So forget you going to see your child. You ain't trying to be around her. You just want to be a father that you can. She worrying about what Simple Force is gonna say, huh?
Right. Or Simple Force, right? Right. So yeah, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, nah, this don't make no sense, man. I'm thinking you're like, this ain't real. So she was like, well, you could come, but this is what she told me now. I'm coming from Houston. I was supposed to come over here and to keep them for about 3 weeks. She told me to take him and I came on Friday, take him and bring him back on Sunday so he won't know I'm in town. So again, me being the dumbass that I was, I'm like, man, just go ahead and do what you got to do. And I ended up doing that. As I was driving back, I was like, listen, man, this is real stupid. This is real stupid. But then again, you know how somebody, like, she ain't got me by the ball, but she got me by the ball. Because I know if I don't bring it back, I know she calling them people on me. I just know she gonna call them people on me, right?
It's
right.
7:18 p.m.
Alexa, stop. So I ended up bringing it back, and I told her, I said, this is real stupid, man. She told me, well, these are my kids. I said, you know what, man? That day, I said, fuck this heifer. I got my shit. I literally moved to Mexico, stopped paying her money, and I was gone. Because I work from home anyway, and I got an online business. I'm like, bitch,
wait a minute.
Really got me.
Yeah, hold on. You moved to Mexico?
Yeah, I'm in Mexico right now. I moved to Mexico with our ass.
Wait a minute. You went from Texas to Mexico, brother?
Yes, brother.
So you don't pay a child support or nothing?
Hell no.
So wait a minute. You got a passport and you was able to move out there?
Hell yeah.
I told y'all, get y'all passports in order, man. If you can, use your income tax to pay your back child once you get your real ID, get that passport, man. You never know if you gotta make a run.
Yeah. No, but so here's the thing. So we were married, right? We were married. So as everything was going through, sometimes these help. I'm like, you got it good. I'm over here giving you way more child support than these people said I was supposed to give you. But she feel like, well, I got them people in your life, so you can't do nothing. I'm like, you really think, man? That day I was gone. Now what she did was, all of a sudden the kids got phones now and they calling me. But that's how they try to get you to come back on the table so they can get you back. You know what I mean?
Right.
My kids stopped calling me. I'm like, why the hell they calling? My kids 5 and 6. Now they got a cell phone. The next day. And I'm like, man, I see what you're trying to do. You try to get me because they use the kids as tools to get you to get you to soften up. Mr. Palmer, every time them kids call me, I got even madder and madder because I know she was the one telling them to do that shit.
Wow.
So to this day, she had, man, I got ghosts on her ass. She don't in Mexico, but she can't do nothing. She can't do nothing.
Can't do nothing.
And you know, obviously you got them simp enforcer telling you, oh man, you gonna skip out on child support. I'm like, man, I got to the point, man. I got, you know, you said I got ice on my veins, and I got to the point. Just because I got a child with your funky ass, don't mean you gonna make my life better. Fuck all that. Fuck all that, man. You got me fucked up. And, you know, and I don't want to say that it hurts me to say so because I did it with a clear mind because I'm like, yo, I did everything possible to make sure this didn't happen. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you tried everything in the book, man. You did all
I tried everything in the book. I tried to reason it with her, negotiate with her, and I'm like, oh, you think
you can't negotiate with a terrorist, bro?
Yeah.
See, hey, do she know you moved to Mexico?
Oh, listen. So it's just this her from mad to the mug. She trying to get everybody to call me. She trying to get my dad to call me.
Call you? Wait a minute. Call you for what?
Because, you know, I guess she trying to get me back on the table. You know, she trying to get people, you know, who can try to reason with me.
Don't she got a man at home?
Listen, man.
Don't she got a man at home?
But, you know, that's one income. She want to get two.
She calling you like you her boyfriend that just broke up with her.
No, he trying to get my dad to start reasoning with me. I got mad at my dad and I told him, listen, man, if you want to help her out, I'll give you a bank routing number and you can send her money because I ain't sending her money. Don't call me again with a dumb shit.
Wait a minute. Your father was coming to he was falling for a man. He's been a simp enforcer. He been a simp enforcer, man.
Yeah, he trying to get me with like, oh man, you know, you got to take care of your kids. And I'm like, yeah, I said, if you want to take care of them, here's a routing number and a bank account number. You send us some money. That solved that problem. You never call me again. So to all you guys out there, man, listen, man, I know my situation is different. I did the extreme, but I went to Mexico because I was right there in Houston. I'm like, shit, I'm a far from the border. I'm far from the border. I know, but I know I'm a little bit different, man. But listen, man, if y'all can move out the states, man, get ghost, man. That's this. Listen. If you, and I'm saying this jokingly, but I'm very serious. I'm saying this jokingly, but I'm very serious.
That's why I'm laughing, man. You dead serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. A lot of you, man, you going out your way to do what you got to do for your kid, like my brother right now, man. Like my brother, I don't want to put my brother out there, but wait, hold on, Mr. Palmer, I'm serious. Like a lot of you guys, you go through a lot of shit, man. And you go through all these hoops, and then the only thing that's stopping you is because you don't want nobody to call you a deadbeat, man.
Exactly.
You don't want to be called a deadbeat, so.
Right. You bro. And even if you do all these things, you still gonna be labeled a deadbeat regardless. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Get paid $1,500 to $1,800 a month, so nobody can call you a deadbeat. Are you stupid?
My man.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. But man.
Hey, man. Hey, let me ask you this, because I never been to Mexico. How is it in Mexico, man?
So right now I'm in Playa del Carmen. So it's right next to Cancun. So I'm by the beach too. I'm by the beach. It's hot. It's hot right now. It's hot.
Oh, shit.
And again, I'm down here, and I came down here. I'm really, like I said, I got my online business, so I'm really, really focusing on my job right now. Because again, the goal is, like I said, all kidding aside, the goal is to hopefully down the future, I could get reconnected with my daughters again. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I understand.
But when they see me and they see her, they got to be a big difference. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got to be like, okay, this is how daddy living and this is how my mama living. I want, when they see my lifestyle, they be like, all right, I got to go talk to him. You get what I'm saying? Because like I said, I came up like that. My daddy got ghosts of my mama. And, I didn't mean.
Wait a minute, hold on. Your father did the same thing?
I didn't mean my dad moved all the way to California. I met him by accident.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and when I went over there, my dad, he came over there and he told me, he started explaining to me, why he went away. I said, you ain't got to explain nothing to me. I live with my mama. You ain't got to explain nothing.
Oh, so you want to manipulate his son husband?
Oh, fuck no. Oh, no. As soon as I met him, I told him, I said, you ain't got to explain nothing to me. I live with the woman. I know she crazy. So, you get what I'm saying? So my dad, like I said, my daddy tried to tell me to do, he tried to be, you got to do what's right for your kids. I'm doing what's right for me, which is what's good for my kids. So that's my little story. I know it's funny as hell, man, but again,
it's sad, but it's funny. Some things you so sad you just laugh about it. But no, like I tell them on here, what I tell y'all, keep y'all veins cold. If you got to watch your hand, move on. I never said tell nobody move to another country, but I did say get you a passport. You never know if you got to make a move. And I ain't just talking about child support. I'm talking about it could be the way this society going here, man. You might have to make a move just because these new rules and laws, man, setting men up for failure. So but when you said you actually did it, I'm laughing because I'm like, I've been telling them to get their passports in order so they can go get the hell out if they had to.
Mr. Paul, man, the day I went to Baltimore and she pulled that stunt on me, within a week, I packed all my shit and I drove across the border. Everything. I drove right across the border. And it's easy to get, if Mexico is very easy to get your resident permit as long as you got like, I think $40,000 in the bank. And that's it. You got to, man, I got my permanent residency. I'm going to stay here for 3 years, get my citizenship. I'm not playing with her.
Man, I heard that, bro. Now, hey, do they do, because I know certain countries do dual citizenship. Do they honor that or no?
Yeah, hell yeah.
How much it cost for a dual? Because I was going to try to go to a country that do dual citizenship and go back and forth.
Well, like again, it goes to as a requirement. So here in Mexico, the biggest requirement is you got to show that you have like $40,000 in the bank. That's the biggest one. So once you do that, you get your permanent, you get your temporary residency, and then you got to wait it out 3 years, so then you can apply for your permanent residency.
Okay.
So it's just a waiting game. And obviously, if you do the marriage route, you can get it faster. But I'm not finna go.
Nah, hell no. I'm not. It ain't that serious. Like that. Now, do you have to learn how to speak Spanish? I think in Mexico they want you to learn how to speak Spanish.
No. Well, that's the thing. I speak Spanish.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, Spanish.
You sound like you got a little bilingual in your voice too.
Yeah. Well, my parents are from Panama, so that's why I got
okay, Panama, okay.
Right. So yeah. And even then, like I said, even my baby mama terrorist, she's from Trinidad. So she came over here and she assimilated fast.
She a foreign baby mama terrorist.
Man, she a foreign, overly religious baby mama terrorist.
What's her faith?
She Christian. I mean, she whatever funky ass Christian she is, but she Christian. That's what she says she is. She believe in God and all that stuff. And that's why those are the worst ones because they feel that they're doing this and God is on their side and all that goofy shit. I'm like, man.
Hey, they somebody asked, is you a salesman?
No. Well, I got a sell personal training program, so I guess I am a salesman. So yeah.
Is that what you do?
So yeah, I'm a personal trainer. So
okay.
Ultimately I do sell. So yes.
I got it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, that's what's up, man. It's good. You living a free agent lifestyle for real.
Yeah, well, to tell you the honest truth, I'm not really down here, like most folks who go overseas and they go buck wild and stuff. I'm like I said, my main goal is to, like I said, I'm on my feet. It's not like I'm struggling, but I want to get to a point, like I said, when my kids see me, because that's ultimately the goal. Like I said, I want them when they see me to see a big difference between them and their mama, me and their mama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm really down here, really focused on what I'm doing, working. Like I said, 7 days a week, I'm in the crib, focusing on me. Because ultimately, like I said, even though I'm making joke of the situation, really and truly, I know, like everybody else listening to me, if they gonna get shit, they ain't gonna get it from their mama. They gonna get it from me.
Right.
If they're gonna be set for life, it's not because something that their mama did, it's something because I did. You know what I mean? She over there, as long as they believe in Jesus, she think they're good. And you know what I mean? That's not what I did. But also, as I'm thinking about it, I'm already, as much as I like to get back with them, I know there might be a scenario that they may be too far gone and that situation may never be fixed. You get what I'm saying? So that's also reality of the situation.
It is what it is. It is what it is when it comes to that. That's
right. You get what I'm saying? I hope it doesn't come down to that. But if I got to charge them to the game, I charge them to the game and start over. Don't want it to be so, but I'm prepared to do so because I'm not going to have no, baby mama terrorist juniors try to tell me what the hell's going to go on.
Sure, damn, my man.
It's not going to go down that way. You get what I'm saying? It's just not going to go down. And it sounds cold and it sounds harsh, but like I said, just when I found you on Facebook, maybe like 2 years ago, man, I just reading through your content and just finding out that I wasn't the only person out here dealing with this bullshit. And one of the best things, like you said, put that ice in your veins, man. All that said, you can call me a deadbeat all you want to. I don't give a damn.
Who cares? You a deadbeat anyway.
Shit. I'm always gonna be something to y'all. So
right.
But you call me that.
You say you gonna be a deadbeat with your own business in another country though.
Hell yeah, shoot. That extra $1,200, I'm using for advertising on Facebook, man. That shit.
You gonna make me fall out the chair, man. You gonna make me fall out the chair, bro. Hey, man. Hey, so you came on Facebook too.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
Is we friends personally on Facebook?
We are.
We are? What's your name on Facebook?
Roger Griffith.
Do me a favor. After this, send me an inbox. You on my personal, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah. Send me a person so I can stay in tune with you, man. I got WhatsApp. We could talk because I need to learn how Mexican is, you know what I'm saying? Because I told you I'm gonna find me a country that got a dual citizenship for real.
Yeah, I mean, and again, you could do it too. You could do a lot of places. Like I said, Mexico.
I'm gonna check.
Go ahead, sir.
No, go ahead. Now I say I'm gonna check different countries, but I'm just trying to see which one's which because all of them don't do it.
Right, because like I said, Mexico was just so convenient for me. Like I said, I was in Houston. The border was right there, you know what I mean, and it was that easy. And also, I do, like I said, I have to go back to Houston because I sell friggin' resistance bands, and they have a black market in Houston every first Saturday and third Saturday of the year. So I got to go down there to sell my shit. So like I said, when I come in, I go in and out, 2-3 days top, and I'm right back out. Because again, also if you stay out of the country for X period of time, they don't charge you tax on the first $106,000 a year you make. So there's a tax benefit as well as staying out of the country for a certain period of time.
Oh, okay. Now see, that's something we need to talk about. Matter of fact, that sounds like an interview with you talk about, going to other country and living out there. Because a few fellas came on here within the last couple of years saying that they lived in other countries and they're having a better life, and the money they took to that country is more valuable, worth more, and they living like kings. So. Right. Well, Mexico, the money's about the same, ain't it?
No. So for every $1 is 20 pesos. So it's 1 to 5. So Mexico and the cost of living could be compared to Colombia. That's the closest one I could get, Colombia, and it's relatively cheap to go there. So for instance, where I'm staying at right now, I live 2 miles from the beach. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, and it's $400 a month.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So if somebody was getting a pension, getting a check every month for $3,000, how would they?
Good. You Gucci. You Gucci.
Okay, you look like you.
But you figure if you're making $30,000, if you make it $32,000, you're in the top 5% in the world.
In Mexico?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, like I tell brothers, man, when they come down here, because I mean, if you're coming down, you got a pension, that's good. If you're coming down, if you have a business, just don't get caught up out here and, you try to screw everything that's walking. And, you know what I mean?
Man. They got child support in Mexico. They got child support in Mexico.
Listen, man, I ain't going to inquire about it because I ain't trying to stick none of these. I mean, I'm not trying to. Then I got to run from Mexico.
Right. Facts. My man. Hey, I ain't mad at you. Yeah, you definitely. You don't take that. You don't take that.
I'm not doing it.
You don't take that to another country. You're right. Facts.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. So, like I said, if they do have child support in Mexico, this is new to me. But like I said, I'm not out here trying to get caught up and get married or none of that stuff to nobody. So it's not something that I worry about. As long as I'm not in the States and they she can't get a hold of me. Like I said, even if she wanted to do something from the beginning, these baby mama terrorists, most of them are lazy any goddamn way. She's supposed to go to Texas because she's in Baltimore. They got to go to where I stay at. But since I removed myself from the country now, Good luck.
Man, Baltimore ain't no joke, bro. If you live out there in Baltimore, I couldn't live out in Baltimore. No disrespect. Certain areas I went to, man, not all. The certain areas I went through, man, I was like, man, I can shit. It made Chicago West Side look like the Taj Mahal.
Oh no. Baltimore's rough. Baltimore
Yeah.
is hella rough. It's hella rough.
Woo.
And where they stay at, like I said, the simping for it. Well, let me break that situation down with this. So my baby mama terrorist, she's 38. The simping forcer, he's 68.
Oh no. Not the baby boomer simping forcer.
Oh, he the baby boomer. So here's the thing.
Oh no.
So he got a couple of businesses in Baltimore. So not only is he tricking off on her, he tricking off on the whole family.
Family.
He taking care of her mama, and her sisters.
He hitting them all?
When it comes to like they need rides or they need a couple of dollars for the bills, he hitting everybody off.
Yeah, he a sucker.
Oh, big sucker. Like again, I'm over here. I'm like, I got me a good deal. He over here taking care of all the expenses while I ain't doing nothing, man. I can't. Shit, I might send him a Christmas card. Do what you do. You know what I mean? And again, most of these baby mama terrorists, the reason why they don't really go after the baby daddy that much, the simping force are really taking on the load. They're gonna be like, well, I ain't really gonna go trip on this other dude. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, I hope that lasts. I hope that lasts as long as it could possibly last. It's not gonna keep off my back.
Boy. And you know what? That's a true story because you see one brother on child support, the other two fathers ain't on child support. And then when they ask, well, why you got me on child? Because they ain't shit, but we know you love your kids and I just use your money to take care of the whole house. Yeah.
I was telling you the story of my brother. My brother, 12 years later, this girl shows up talking about this your daughter. The girl 12. So as I'm doing the research, this heifer was married to this dude, and she knew that kid wasn't his. So as soon as they got a divorce, he asked her for a paternity test, and obviously the baby wasn't his. She came back and she found my brother and put my brother in child support. 12 years later.
Damn.
He had to pay, and he got 3 other kids and married.
Wow. Damn, I know he wasn't expecting that one.
Who? No, he was like, he got the papers in the mail. I said, what a fool. He was like, man, I don't know who sent this paper. I said, who the hell you think sent the papers?
Damn.
He said, man, I don't think it's her. No.
Yeah, okay.
Who you think? I'm like, she gonna get this goofy. She gonna get this goofy. And they put him in the Uvarius for $60,000.
Oh, hey, in Baltimore, this Maryland, right?
In Houston.
Houston? Ooh.
Yeah. They put him in the arrears for $60,000. He had to pay $1,400 a month. His sister had to help him pay the child support.
Did he do a DNA test?
Yeah, you can look at that baby that was his. And he did the DNA test.
It didn't matter.
Test.
They went back 12 years?
12 years on his ass. And my brother, most of us, man, you like, well, it's my child. I got to do the right thing. And he basically served himself up in a platter. I'm like, man, you a goofy, man. Hell no.
You should have moved to Mexico with you.
but it was easy for me to do because most brothers and people are grounded in the state they're in. They're working some job, you get what I'm saying? They're working some, they can't move. And this is, like I said, brothers, man, you got to find how to get your money outside the system, man.
Ain't that what I told y'all? Ain't that what I told y'all?
As long as you plug into the system, they could get you.
And they know your business.
Yeah, they know your business. It's like you got to think about a moving target. When you working in a city, in a place like Houston or whatever, you a static target. They know where to find you. And most of you, let's be honest, most of us get comfortable and you ain't trying to leave your job. You know what I mean? So that's how you get caught up. If you could work from your home, shit, something coming down the pipe, ain't nothing to pick up your bags and get lost real fast. It ain't nothing for you to do. You ain't got to think about it twice. Just pick up your bag and go. You ain't got to go to Mexico. Shit. You got to go to California, go to Oregon. They got to follow where you live at. So if, most of them are lazy any goddamn way, so they ain't gonna really go find you.
Right.
But you got to find some way to unplug from the system. You have to do that. Because as long as you have a job that you paying taxes, I mean, like you know, a stationary job where you got to go there for 20 years, and she know you try to get your pension. They got you. They got you.
That's why
you got him. He ain't gonna leave that job. He got 10 more years to get that pension. He don't want to lose that pension.
Yep, and that's why I say if you got you a good job, have some other means of income on the side, man, because you don't want them knowing all your business. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's real, man. But man, I ain't gonna hold you no longer, man. Inbox me when you get off, man. We're gonna definitely talk, man.
All right, brother.
Talk about it, man.
And
glad you came on here, man.
Last thing, what you taught me, keep them things cold, fellas, because the moment them shits warm up, your ass gonna be in that court system. All right, brother.
Hey, brother. Hey, inbox as soon as you get off, man.
Yes, sir.
Invest in the stock market. We got to talk about all that shit. I'm gonna do all that once we do a Patreon. But look, man, hey, that was a funny ass shit, but that was real. Like I said, man, he came from Facebook, Jim came from Facebook, all this stuff I've been saying before I came over here, man. So people that be like, man, he started off Instagram or he started off YouTube. Nah, I got known from Facebook, and because of Facebook is what took me to where I'm at today. And Gail said a lot of y'all go through unnecessary, shit. Yeah, it's real. We're gonna talk about this, man. That's what I say. We gotta build, we gotta grow. That's what I say. Y'all got good jobs and stuff. I'm not telling you to quit. Have some other source of income where they don't know. But we're gonna get, as time go on, get the Patreon, because I can't talk about all that and some enforcer or some baby mama terrorist get all the information, start setting men up for failure. So at least they get on the Patreon, they paying for it. But yeah, man. But I ain't gonna hold y'all. Y'all had me on here for 3 hours, but I'm not complaining at all. I'm glad y'all came back twice. I'm glad some of y'all came in and left. I'm really glad and appreciate the support. This is real. These baby mama terrorists are real. This system is real. It's not for kids. It's not for the best interest of the child. You got these earlier. You saw that the case workers are out here showing their ass, stuff like that. Representing this thing called best interest of the child. So I hope y'all have a good rest of the night. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. You already know they're guilty, so we don't need to do all that. So y'all definitely have a good rest of the night. Anybody want to email me? Y'all know to email me. I should be on here tomorrow, but if not, I'll be on my cell phone. So not gonna hold y'all. Appreciate y'all staying in and tuning in. I'm Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. Court is now adjourned. Peace.
Razor B on this track.
you.